Well, hello. Let me make sure. Okay, good. Anyway, so of course I'm stopping through here very quickly, for real. I have a lot I have to do, y'all. A lot. Like slowly but surely, I've been like organizing stuff here and there, everywhere. But I'm like, bitch, this week, okay, because Samhain is coming up and we're doing something very special, and we'll talk about it closer. But I said, bitch, I need to get this together. Okay, and I hope y'all can hear me good too, because there's no microphone connected. Okay, we're just talking based off the computer audio. So I have a lot I have to do. I really have to just get all this stuff done. And when I tell you I have a lot of stuff, y'all, I have so much stuff, like it's so crazy. Okay, anyway, moving on. So of course, I'm always getting emails, and I don't think a lot of people know this channel. And instead of them saying they don't know the channel, they'll just send an email saying, "Do you still do casework?" And I do. And of course, I respond to them and say yes. And I guess they asked that because you guys do not see on my channel anymore me actually doing spiritual stuff. Back in the day, we used to get on here, we used to do spells and rituals. And I told y'all we stopped doing that because people would come on here, they would bite what the fuck we're doing, and then they would have the audacity to try to read us down. And I was just getting annoyed with that. And I said, if people are really serious about learning something, then of course they'll hit me up and say, "Hey, I want to learn ABC to G," and we'll go there. But of course, going into my supporters, because they never asked for anything, they just send over tea. And I even said too, I want to come out with something, to where people who, contribute, however they contribute, I want to have like a private channel only for them. And they'll get like weekly updates and shit. I don't know how I want to do that, but I'm going to do that definitely before this year's over. So yes, we do spiritual work still. Also going into the email, I want to shorten it up, and I will announce it once I shorten the email up too. Because I think too that some people are just like, damn, 2A spirit at mysticated@gmail.com is a little too long. And even when they forget, because someone had emailed me, a regular actually was like, yeah, I tried to email and it kept coming back. And then I had to look and realize that I didn't put an eight in between mystic and spirit and blah blah blah. So I said, damn, I'm gonna have to shorten that up too. But of course, like I said, if you're a supporter, definitely, I want to, kind of get feedback from you guys. I know you guys said you wanted to hear more about astrology. You guys wanted to, Midnight Mental right now is definitely my passion with the virtual stuff. But I know you guys said you want to hear astrology, and like I said, just give me ideas, okay? And we'll go from there. What else? What else did I want to say before I go? Um, like I said, I'll be updating you guys. We'll say next week Thursday by about some tea. There's something I was supposed to be doing like 2 months ago. Never got to it. I told y'all that I am booked and busy. I don't only do the virtual stuff no more. I also do clients in person. And that's what keeps me busy. I'm always keeping myself busy. I'm always doing stuff because they get bored very, very quickly. So, like I said, email me, check out the blog spot. Of course, everything has been updated. If you don't know that, you should know that now. Um, what else? I think that's pretty much it. And of course, I was going to give a shout out to my haters. I really say this too, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate people who support me and show me love, whether it's energetically, whether it's monetarily, it doesn't matter. Energetically, monetarily, is really, really, appreciated only because I know that people work hard for the money. Like myself, I'm a very hardworking person. None of my ends come from any type of assistance outside of those who give me and the money that I motherfucking work for. And so I know how hard it is to, work for money to become successful, and then to then spend money or whatever the fuck you want to spend it on. But people have chose to spend their money on me, and I'm so appreciative of that. And I know that a lot of people probably get tired of me saying that and giving a shout out to my people, but I truly mean that. I don't care about getting a check from YouTube. I don't really care if I ever become a YouTube partner again, because there's so much bullshit going on right now with a lot of people that are making money on YouTube. And there's just too much guidelines and standards, and I'm not going to sell out. And people talk about sell out and selling your souls. And to me, that's a sellout. To me, if you want to say fuck your mama, fuck that bitch, and a bald headed grandma, and you're like, shit, I can't say that because YouTube won't pay me. And now you got to censor how you speak. Like, bitch, you're a sellout. You sold your soul. And that's what they want everybody to do. And I won't do it. So I say at the bottom, from the bottom of my heart, that I really appreciate my support, because I speak my mind. I say what I mean what I say. And like I said, sometimes I say stuff because right there in a moment, I'm like, I'm going to talk about it. And then later I'm like, damn, was that a little too much? Was that, because once again, I think about people. I don't want to be that one that calls people to, commit suicide or do crazy stuff. I want to be that support. Like, that was my whole purpose of coming here. And so, like I said, the people that support me, reminds me that, I am a support to them. And they're also support to me, because of course, when they send over that money, bitch, we spend that money the way we want to spend it. But still, they remind me that I'm a support to them. And it just keeps me focused and keep me going. And even going into this year, like, I had a deep conversation with some people, and they were like, if your supporters are doing what they're doing for you, and they're doing A, B, C, D, F, G, and I only show y'all some of the stuff that my supporters have done for me. I don't show you all my stuff, but people who know me in real life actually see what my supporters do, and they're like, damn, like, you should have never paid attention to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm like, listen, that's why I'm still here. Okay. At the end of the day, girl, like they said, I'm a sex worker, girl. Sex workers make a lot of money. Okay. When I was sex working, baby girl, the coins was motherfucking there. Okay. And as you know, right now, I don't really do that. I manage. I'm not the one in front of everything. So like I said, to go from that and to go to now people supporting me, and of course me doing my stuff in person, it's been really, really good. So like I said, I will always be thankful and grateful for those people, because you worked hard for that money. You sacrificed your time and your energy. And like I said, I'm a working person, so I know exactly, when it comes down to, like, bitch, I gotta go see these people today. I gotta go deal with these people today. Like, damn, today I don't want to deal with nobody. Today I'm in my mood. I don't want to call nobody. I don't want to answer the phone. I don't want to do no reading. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do no casework. But once again, I think about, like, bitch, if you don't do it, then bitch, you gonna be like these other hoes, having to scam, scheme, and lie and cheat to get your shit. And I don't want to ever be that. And so, like I said, I'm so grateful, because I know how important it is, and how sacred it is. And especially going into a lot of you, what you do for a profession, like, you're risking your lives. You're risking your lives with the general public. When CR19 was running rapid, two of my major supporters were out there in the front line dealing with people. And so I'm always saying a prayer for them. I'm always thinking about them. When they send me emails and stuff, I get excited. A lot of times I don't get back to the email immediately, but I still get excited when I do see the email, because I'm like, yes, they're still holding on. They're still fighting. And I know they want to give up. I know that, because as humans, when challenges come, we sometimes want to give up. Not all the time, but we do. We're like, damn, is this really worth it? Is this going to pay off in the end? And it will. And it is. And so, like I said, them standing there and saying, I'm going to keep doing what I do, regardless of what happens, regardless of what they try to scare me with. Like I said, that is inspirational to me. And I'm so grateful for that. And so, like I said, from 50 cents on up, okay, whatever you contributed, okay, casework, classes, readings, donation, it does not matter. Whatever you have contributed to me and mine, whether it's public or private, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful for you. And so, I'm always, like I said, sending out. I'm always going to speak about that. And people can get mad. And also that goes into kind of what we were doing yesterday, kind of what I was talking about yesterday. I didn't want people to think that, you know, you know, any other way outside of what was being presented. I think that there's energies out here. We just got out of retrograde. We're going into a whole nother, celestial voyage, if you want to call it that. And if you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so energy speaks out to the weak. And when you're calling out certain things, whether you're doing it subliminally or directly, those energies have to speak back to you. And that's what happened. And I kind of got, a little pissed off yesterday, at the end of that live. And I felt totally disrespected. Like, it was not a show. It was not something that I was feeling, because the audacity of somebody not contributing, not really giving a fuck about whether I'm here or not, to be honest with you, to, want to, voice their opinion and call me names. And I really didn't care about the names, but it's kind of like, bitch, how disrespectful could you be? Like, bitch, I don't come here. I don't ask for nothing. I don't beg for nothing. Going into my Snap being up, or my Cash App being up, like, people ask me where they can send donation stuff to. People send me emails all the time. Okay. And if you need proof for that, I can gladly show the proof. Okay. At least weekly, people send me emails and say, where can I send my gift for my donation to? So that's why it's on there. It's not on there to say, hey, please send me money because I really need it. I'm thankful for it, but bitch, I'm a working bitch. Okay, I work. Anybody who knows that, bitch. I sleep 6-7 hours a day, and I get out and I go bust my motherfucking ass to make sure that I'm good. Okay. So for someone to come on here for free, for someone to not give to the cause in any way, shape, or form, ever. Okay. And we're talking about since 2016. They've been here since then. To never give to the cause and to be upset because I'm not in agreement with what the fuck they're saying on my channel is very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And that's why I said, bitch, I'm going to keep doing what I do when I'm able to do it, and we're going to keep it moving. If I don't feel like coming on here, I won't. Because like I said, there are some ungrateful ass motherfuckers, and I'm only going to come on here when my supporters want me to come on here. If you don't want me to come on here, bitch, I won't motherfucking come on here. If you're a supporter and you say, bitch, listen, you on YouTube for 3 or 4 hours, bitch, I need a consultation. Okay, bitch, you're a supporter. You like, baby, I need a reading. Mystic, I need somebody to talk to. You go to the email and say, bitch, fuck getting on that motherfucking YouTube page where people are motherfucking disrespecting you, bitch. Give me a motherfucking call. Please send me that email. Let me know. Because like I said, bitch, it's too much. Okay, and it's not just right now. It's always been that way. It's always been the ones that never ever contributed, but always said, oh, this bitch is racist. Oh, this bitch is sexist. Oh, this bitch is this bitch is that. And it's like, but you're here for fun entertainment, though. You're here for free entertainment or free information, because I'm not a drama channel. So you're clearly here to get something. Okay, even going into, haters are still watching, and I know it. I know they're still watching, and it's like, bitch, you're not watching me for any other thing outside of just to keep your funky ass head underneath my nose. And so it's like, bitch, for people to come out and be like, bitch, I love you, I support you, but then come in this free chat and try to distract people, because that's what the fuck that was. That was a distraction, and to make it about them and to be like, oh, you're in for groomers and you're okay with groomers. And it's just like, where did you get that at? Like, clearly you assumed that they were adopting trans kids to force them into transition, because you assumed that. Nowhere does it say that, and there's no documents of that ever being out there. So you have allegations, and because I choose to say, yeah, that's not really what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something totally different. And like I said, once again, just in case you forgot, bitch, I'm tapped in. Okay, just in case you forgot, I'm tapped in. And if you need me to prove it to you, bitch, I will gladly give you a free reading. I will gladly give you a free reading, bitch. And that goes to the motherfucker that was like, bitch, you like to agree with groomers and shit. Bitch, send me a motherfucking email, bitch, or come in this motherfucking chat and say you want a free motherfucking reading, bitch. I will give you one to show you how tapped in I motherfucking am. So, bitch, you're not going to sit here, like I said, try to persuade me into a whole nother decision or idea when it's not that way. And as I said, it's very dangerous to put out allegations and not say allegedly, or I heard something about ABC. If you just be like, oh yeah, bitch, you're part of the groomers. You accept the groomers and da 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 da. Okay, honey. Well, like I said, according to you, you were a groomer, or you were groomed, according to you. This is not something that I made up. According to your conversations in the past, which I believe I have screenshots of, you said that you had older people, trying to persuade you to do adult things when you were a minor. And you mentioned one person's name in particular. So, like I said, with that being said, bitch, I don't do the disrespect. I called it out. We kept it moving. I'm still making it move. Okay, we're still doing our thing. So, like I said, I support my supporters. I support and I love those who've been in here, never caused drama, never tried to distract anybody. And that's what I think is the reason why I think a lot of people sit back in the foreground too. They don't really chat in here. They wait until they send me an email. Because even going into like one of the people that I'm really close with, they mentioned that like 2 years ago, Like, I like to watch, or I like to wait until the live is over to come in and watch after, because there be so much distraction going on in this chat room where I'm like, bitch, this bitch is talking, this bitch is sharing with us her energy, her knowledge, or whatever. And I be damn people in here talking about how they got fucked, or their hair got cut, or their hair fell out. And I'm like, really? I don't see that. So I have to go back and see it. I was like, oh my God, you're right. I never noticed that. So it's like, it's always been there. And I really didn't care because it's a safe place. This is a support group. And if that means that you're bored, you don't got nothing else to do, and you need someone in the chat room to talk to because I'm talking, be my guest and do that. But to come in here all out and to once again be like, oh, the kids are being kidnapped, and oh, you're supporting the groomer, I'm unsubscribing. Bye, girl. I don't get paid for my subscriptions, baby. Bye. You don't contribute to me, so you subscribe for what? Okay, bye. We okay. We good, boo. Because with or without YouTube, bitch, I'm still gonna have my supporters. With or without YouTube, I'm still gonna be Madam Merkaba. With or without YouTube, bitch, I'm still gonna live out my spiritual dream. I'm still gonna do what it is I love to do, which is help motherfucking people. So you're not gonna stop nothing, okay? Just like what those hoes did in the past. Bitch say, oh, we're gonna shut down. You're gonna know, bitch, Kanika Jenkins shit got my YouTube down. That's how the fucking YouTube, and that's why I say y'all keep talking like y'all know fucking shit. Kanika Jenkins story got motherfucking old channel taken down. It wasn't no bald headed bitches. It was no dap headed assholes. It was no bitch that can't do no spells to manifest, even if they begged it to manifest. Honey, it was motherfucking Kanika Jenkins story. All those parties and motherfucking involved, bitch. Like I said, papers were sent out. Okay. And like I said, we don't talk about that shit, bitch, because it's not really that important. But trust when I say this, bitch, they didn't stop a motherfucking thing because my people that supported me is still here. And then I also said, bitch, let me start going on the road. Let me start doing this shit in person. People in my area need this help. People in my area. I lived in a city where there was a lot of homicides. Stockton, California, baby. This serial killer, this is not the first one. It's not going to be the last one. The whole 209 area from Linden on Valley Springs, Lodi, Lockford, Dogtown, Lathrop, Manteca, bitch, there's Modesto. Girl, it's been on Unsolved Mysteries. It's been on the FBI wanted list. Like, girl, it's not going to be the first. It's not going to be the last. So with that being said, I was around that shit. And someone said, you might need to go and reach out to the people in your area because they can use that type of support. They can use that type of vengeful magic. They can use that type of reversal, that type of justification that you're offering. And I said, oh my God, I never fucking thought about it. And I did. I did, girl. I was booked. I had people coming from the Bay Area to come and see me. I had people coming from Bakersfield to go see me. And you look that up, from Bakersfield, California to Stockton, California. People did that just to come out and see me to get a consultation, get work done. Like I said, going from Oakland, going to San Francisco, going from Vallejo, going from Fairfield, going to Dixon, going into Gyersville, going to Santa Rosa. Okay, girl, Yuba City, Marysville, Chico. Like I said, you look this shit up, honey. People are reaching out to me to get word. Like, bitch, I need this done. I need that done. All because of word of mouth. And like I said, people can feel you when you're genuine. And it's unfortunate, and I always say this, and I'm going to be done, is that when people are in their trauma and they don't want to get out of their trauma, they want to be comfortable in their trauma. And there's no growth in comfortability neither. They don't want to change. They want to stay in that trauma. Now they're looking at you like, bitch, you're the rude one, you're the sick one, you're the traumatized one, you're the victimizer, you're the attacker. When it's like, bitch, I'm in my own motherfucking lane, minding my own motherfucking business. I don't give a fuck what you're into, what you like, and all this good shit. When I vocalize my opinion on things, it's because I'm affected by it. That's why I vocalize it. I'm not over here worrying about anything that does not have anything to do with me. Anything I talk about, I have been affected by it personally. It's not opinions, it's not hearsay. So like I said, that's what I did, and I've been on it ever since then. Even where I'm at now, I made connection with people. I go into the supply shops, I talk with people, I tell them I offer A, B, C, D, E, G, bam, let's do it. So like I said, it's been good, it's been great, and I'm appreciative of that. So when one door closed, God already opened up another door. Okay, and like I said, going into the haters, bitch, they think they're winning when they're really not. They're never gonna win. Being spiteful, being nasty, being ugly, you will never win. You will never win. And so anybody, like I said, I'm appreciative of my haters. I'm appreciative of anybody who feels some type of way about anything that I say. And like I said, it's gonna become a point where I'm only gonna pay attention and talk to people who fucking support. So that way, if you're not a supporter and you get in your feelings, girl, no tea, no shade, like girl, we just keep it moving either way. That's just what we're gonna be doing. And no, we're not gonna make a Patreon. No, we're not gonna make all these other sites that people make. Girl, no, I need all my coin. I'm not giving Patreon 30% of my shit. Girl, bye. I need all my coin, girl. Okay? I need all my coin, girl. I need all my coin. Okay? Bitch, I'm a greedy bitch. Okay? Girl, I came from nothing. So, bitch, now that I'm grown, bitch, I need it all. Okay? I need it all. Socks and motherfucking drawers, bitch. I need it all, bitch. Okay? Anyway, let's keep moving, honey. I'm already ready, honey. Yes, yes. How was your day? My day was great, Jay. We did a lot of great things today. It was very productive. I actually ended up going to get me some pasta, okay? And the shit was drier than fucking wood. And I said, listen, the manager name was Angelina. I said, Angelina, let me tell you something, honey. And I tipped $5 too. So I was really like, bitch, y'all tried it. And she gonna say, well, if you wait too long to eat it, the noodles will absorb the sauce and it'll be dry. I said, ma'am, so if the noodles absorb the sauce, then why the fuck? And I took a picture and I said, baby, when I go down there on Monday, I will gladly show you the pictures of the food. Those noodles are dry, honey. So I said, honey, I would love for you guys to remake it or you give back my money, however you want to work that out. And she said, what do you want? And I said, you know what, remake it because, yeah, I still got the shit right now too. I didn't even eat it because that just fucked up my taste buds. I was like, bitch, I want it really creamy Alfredo. And so I said, honey, she's like, we'll remake it, just, the next time, you let us know immediately. Bitch, I called you 30 minutes after I left your fucking restaurant. The fuck out of here. Bitch, the fuck out of here. Okay, and then I had to wait fucking 45 minutes for my fucking food, which is noodles and fucking pasta. Like, bitch, Miss Angelina, don't try me, ma'am. Okay, so anyway, so it's very productive. Great. Now I'm home. Did a little bit of organizing, threw some stuff out. I don't know why I bought all these damn filters and shit, honey, humidifiers and girl. Like I think I bought a Bonaire purifier. Then I got tired of that bitch. That I bought the DX Max. I got tired of that bitch, and I bought this 4-in-1 thing. I still got that. And I'm like, bitch, okay, let me throw out the other ones. So anyway, I did a little bit of that. I'm gonna be doing that for the next couple of days. Up until Wednesday, honey. Yes, you can hear me clearly. Thank you so much. Midnight and Metanoid, some real deep tea. Okay, listen. Wait until the ones that I get into next week. Ow! Okay, come on in here. Okay. Like I said, we had 9 episodes already pre-recorded. I'm gonna probably do 9 more just to get that out the way so we can focus on, other tea. Maybe going into astrology too. To finish that out. Maybe we'll do, recordings with that too. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, the zodiac entries are definitely something we need. I know that's right, honey. Come on in here. A lot of people being banned on YouTube, especially on the debating the politics and lifestyle side. Of course. And you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I think that everybody is fighting to be heard right now. Like, in my honest opinion, the KKK and the BLM is the same thing, in my honest opinion. So the idea that the KKK, was fought, and this is stupid, and this is that, and this is that, and no means do I support KKK. I don't support any type of group that want to attack other people that don't agree with them. I don't, I'm not for that. I already told you I'm not racist, I'm not sexist, I'm not homophobic, I'm not transphobic. I don't support none of that shit, bitch. What is right is fucking right, what is wrong is fucking wrong. So in my opinion, like I said, from what we've seen, it's the same fucking thing. And that show, once again, the privilege. So with that being said, I think everybody has had their opinions voiced. I'm sure people in the background of the KKK movement was probably like, y'all let these BLM people, go and burn down McDonald's and shit, but we were burning down houses and churches, and y'all got us together when y'all could catch us, when it could catch them. Okay, going into a lot of stuff, going into a lot of stuff. And I even think the people that came out with BLM, I think that their whole idea was to start a black KKK. That was my opinion, because even going into the movie, what was it, the Black Klansman or something? And I said, girl, y'all trying it, girl. Y'all really trying to with these cute little movements to see honey girl too. And even the idea of the billions of dollars of property that was damaged because of little things. And I just want to say little things to the point of they say there was, 1 million people, and out of 1 million people, only 20 people was hurt, right? Because I'm sure they're gonna call out 20 people, in this situation. Only 20 people are hurt, maybe even 25. And yet the people in this 1 million, they still hurt themselves outside of it. So it's like for them to be like, yeah, bitch, I want this, I want that. And then, like I said, to damage billions of dollars. And guess who had to pay for that? Taxpayers. Taxpayers had to pay for the McDonald's and the Burger Kings and the post offices and all the shit that was damaged. Taxpayers had to pay for that, including black taxpayers. So it's like, with that being said, I just feel like it was we need a privilege too. If they can do it, we can do it. And it's like, fighting wrong with wrong doesn't make things right. My mom always say two negatives does not make a positive. And it's true. We have to do things a little differently. If you want to do something and go where it starts at. Don't come to Sacramento, California. Don't come to Los Angeles, California. Don't come to Arizona. Like, bitch, don't come here and burn stuff down and bust windows and have people trapped. Because, bitch, like I said, I was affected by that. I went to go shop at Walmart, and they had shut Walmart down because they were throwing shit through the Walmart door. Then I left there and I was like, bitch, let me go get something to eat. And then all the businesses start turning off their motherfucking lights because they were in that whole fucking area. And then I get to a fucking stoplight, and one of the motherfuckers had nerve to kick my motherfucking grill of my car, and I hung my horn. And I was ready for a motherfucker, baby. I was ready for a motherfucker to say, bitch, fuck you. Bitch, I was ready. I was fucking ready. And then, not to mention me going home. Okay, and they said, honey, we're gonna make sure security is active. We're gonna make sure these gates stay locked. So, bitch, I couldn't even go nowhere for almost 2 fucking days. And like I said, we didn't talk about that, but you can look it up. You can look it up. And it was teenagers doing this shit, not grown-ups. It was teenagers, kicking cop cars and shit. So it's like, girl, like, it's stupid. It was stupid. Okay, go over there where it happened at and fight over there. Don't bring that shit over here. So anyway, like I said, it's a fucked up thing because politics and lifestyle channels are getting banned. But everybody's complaining about not having freedom of speech. Everybody's complaining about how they were offended by what was being said, what was being done, and that's what happens. So now, bitch, you have to blank out the S word. You got to blank out the K word. You got to blank out this because people are saying, I'm triggered by that word. I'm triggered by this. And it's just like, girl. So anyway, it's a bad thing, honey. It's bad. But whatever. Larry says this all the time, but we all truly mean this. Thank you, Miss, for everything you do for all of us. Thank you so much, Jay. Okay, thank you so much. Like, you just coming onto live, and my whole energy changing when I see that notification. It makes me feel like a refreshed, carefree kid again. Not in a childish way, but I'm renewed. Thank you so much, Jay. And I try to be that, honestly. If I'm in a fucked up mood, I really try not to come on here, and I don't be in a fucked up mood like that. I want to point that out too. If I'm in a fucked up mood, even if I like have something to say, a lot of times I'll like bite my tongue and say I'm not gonna say that because maybe people are feeling good or maybe they're already feeling bad. And I don't want to, give any more bad energy. I want to, make you feel grateful for today, make you feel, privileged to be able to breathe today, that you're 6 feet above, not 6 feet below. I want you to, to feel great for just being you, and living in a country where you don't have to suppress who you are. They're not, dictating your internet access. And so all that good stuff, I want to contribute to that. And we know that being positive also helps you manifest. We know that when you're when you're around negativity, when you're around bummy energy, struggly energy is what I call it, people that are not trying to be positive, people that are, claiming the victim role and not the victorious role. Now you too are affected by that. And now you're like, listen, I tried to manifest a car and I couldn't manifest a car. What's going on? I don't want to contribute to that, honey. I want you to say, Mystic, I was feeling a little down and I decided to get on your live. You actually motivated me. And I said, fuck it, bitch. Let me be in a good mood. And guess what? I got hired. Whatever. Like, that's what I want to be a part of, honey. Okay. I want to be a part of positive energy. Okay. Positivity and spiritual growth. Okay. If we want to offer dead energy, bitch, we could do that in real life. Okay, we can do that in real life, honey. What they say, the concrete jungle, bitch. That's where I feel like I was from. The concrete jungle. You were surrounded by negativity, sickness, and motherfucking misery. And when I got up out of that, and when I got up out of that, not just leaving that city, but also my surroundings and the people and friends I associated with, once again, bitch, things started coming to me. I started manifesting. And I'm like, I want to share that with you. I want to motivate you to, move, to do your thing, to relocate, whatever it is you want to do. Follow your dream and don't let nobody or nothing stop you because you really are in control of your life. And I know you're like, damn, it's kind of scary because I never lived nowhere by myself. I never had my own place, whatever. Listen, you're gonna love it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna love it, and you're never gonna look back. You're going to be so appreciative of all the things you bought. You're going to be so appreciative of the things you spend your money on. Right now, you really don't give a fuck because you have a roommate, you live with your parents, you're underneath somebody. But when you get your own shit, you are a little more appreciative and you're a little more dedicated and I would say focused. And so that's why I say that you're gonna be working more than you are taking off. Going into a friend of mine when she had two people in the house, mama was taking days off, and I have the weekend off Friday through Monday. I don't gotta do shit. I can just sleep. I can cook. I can watch movies all day. When that one partner left, then mama started seeing how I was. Like I'm a single person and I have to run my whole shit. I have to make sure my bills are paid. I have to make sure my dogs take care of it. I got to make sure I'm good. So there's no work 3 days off 4 days or work 4 days off 3 days. Like, bitch, sometimes it's working 3 or 4 weeks at a time and only having one day off because that's what it comes to when you want to be successful and you're your own person. That's what it comes down to. But other people feel like privileged or entitled. Okay, like I don't have to work that hard. Like I don't really, I'm comfortable with 1,000 a month, and it's just like okay, honey. But then on the flip side, you comfortable with only having 1,000 a month, but if you want to go out and go buy a new pair of shoes, you can't even afford those new pair of shoes because you don't make enough money. Or better yet, you go out and go eat, something is wrong with the food. You can't even either call and complain about the food or just throw it out and forget about it. Because there's times that happened to me too. Because you only make 1,000 a month, and after you pay all your bill stuff, you only have 300 left over. So now you're thinking about, damn, I don't want to go into my savings to pay for this. Once again, that's that struggly type of energy. So it's like, yeah, if you didn't take off 4 days out of a week, 3 days out of a week, or got comfortable, because maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's, taking off a week every month, whatever. If you wasn't so comfortable, you would have said, listen, I'm not taking no time off until I have $10,000 saved up. I'm not taking no time off until I have 3,000 saved, whatever. You'll make a goal and you'll stick with it. But like I said, one of my sisters saw that firsthand, and now she's like, bitch, I used to clean up every fucking day. Now it's once every 2 weeks. I'm telling you, bitch, you work, you come home, you're like, listen, listen, honey, I listen. Bitch, girl, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, hello. Yeah, we be in the chat just lollygagging. I know that's right, honey, but it's okay now. Some people don't have friends in real life, so this is the opportunity for them to come on and voice their opinions and chat and stuff. So I'm okay with that. I just don't want people to be too distracted. Like I don't want the conversation to be about, okay, today's topic is, and maybe I need to make my lives and stuff shorter too, because I think people probably get distracted with that too. Like, damn, this live is 3 hours long. Like, oh my God, I'm so, the attention is elsewhere. Maybe I need to make the live shorter or do lives every so often. So people are not too distracted because like I said, we're talking about, this and that, and then someone will come in, not no more like that, but in the back of the day will be, like, my sister-in-law just got a divorce. I need y'all to pray for her. And it's like, honey, first of all, we don't know your sister-in-law. Second of all, you can send me an email. Third of all, you can't call your brother-in-law or your brother who's married your sister-in-law and tell him to pray for her. You can't go to church and pray for her yourself. Like, I'm just confused by that. So it's like, okay, girl, now you're trying to distract the people in this chat room. Okay. Okay. It is raining up where you at. It's been storming here. Let's say this. It's been really, really cool. Okay. Like to where last night, honey, I had to wake up and turn off my motherfucking fan for the first time. Because I'm sitting here laying down and I'm like, ooh. I'm sitting here freezing and shit. And then Bella, right here in my damn face, Anubis right here on my damn leg. So I couldn't really get up and turn over and pull my sheet over me because I don't let underneath the comforters. I think I told y'all before. I get hot when I sleep, so I don't do comforters. I only do sheets. And so I said, girl, let me turn this fan off because it was free then. I think it said it was 61 degrees, 59 or 61 degrees last night. Because I said, Google, what's the temperature? And honey, I got up, I brushed my teeth, I picked my mouth, I got right in that bed, and I drooled right back to sleep. You hear me? When I said I drooled, girl. When I woke up, honey, my whole face was wet. Okay. Okay. So the noodles absorbed the sauce and they still dry. Right, they lying. The sauce was the sauce and they lying. That last one was creepy. I can't rewatch. Like the Fall on Thunder Alone was very unsettling. For what? For what? Let me know. They came with the BLM to make money. And another thing that's crazy to me is a lot of black people on the internet really on this idea that black people can't be racist because racism is institutional. Right. And to me, that's the ego. Like there was a story I heard a long, long time ago, and I'm gonna be totally honest with you, Jay. And this could be a first, and maybe you heard something along the lines of this as well. But I heard a story a long, long time ago, and the story was a human history story, and the tribe of people that represented dark skinned people or melanated people, his name was a certain name, and I won't say the name because I've yet to hear any spiritual person talk about that name. So I don't even want to. I don't even want to give them, that now they're going to start talking about it. So it was told that this being was so egotistical and so naive and didn't want to learn nothing. This thing was like, you know what? I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest, I'm the strongest. You could never outdo me. My strength is strong, my mind is stronger. And the creator, Elohim said, we need you to, you know, um, we need you to bow down. We need you to humble yourself, honey, because you did not make yourself. We created you, basically. And this being replied, like, I'm going to show you. So, of course, these beings, there was different beings too. Like I said, there was a being that represented melanated people, a being that represented white people, a being that represented Asian people, whatever, whatever, whatever. So this being, somehow, some way, created descendants of people, like to prove a point, right? So we can say demigod, for that matter, created a civilization of people that looked like him to prove a point that these people are smart, that these people are hardworking, that these people can do anything that all these other beings can do. So a city was made. These people ran this city. It was beautiful. It was magnificent. Everything was in the city. Well, guess what happened? In this city, these people started stealing from each other. These people started doing some deceitful ass shit to each other. And of course, the creator told this being, just like you are egotistical, just like you are naive, just like you do not understand the error of your own ways, look at your beings. Look how crazy they're acting. Look how they're running amok. And literally, the beings told him, get your beings under control. And of course, it's a long story about it too, a very long story. And of course, they did not. It did not happen. And so these people were cursed, right? These melanated people were cursed. And with that being said, that's why I won't say all throughout history, but if you look at our current level of consciousness and our current level of understanding, Black people have always appeared to be oppressed. Although everyone else could be going through something, Asians were oppressed, Middle Easterns were oppressed, whatever, 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 but they still managed to become successful at what it is that they do because they're not arrogant, they're not egotistical, they're not disrespectful, they can humble themselves, they believe in hard work and all this shit. I'm just pointing out what this story concludes with. So melanated people were cursed, and they were cursed to be the ass and not the head. And they could have been the head because, of course, this being was strong. This being was that thing. But once again, the being was giving itself flowers. Like, I'm better than all y'all. I'm the biggest, I'm the baddest, and I know what the fuck you gonna do. And like I said, you see that right now. So with that being said, I believe that story to be true. And I was told that a very long time ago. And I want to say too, there was another. I was told this by somebody, but I believe there was actually a book based on this too that was written in the 1800s or 1900s, and a lady came out and she kind of revised it and she actually spoke about it. And of course, people were coming in on her because this lady was a Caucasian woman talking about it. They were like, yeah, this is racism and blah, 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 blah. But it was like, honey, if you really look back on it, it's kind of like, if the Orishas, and I believe in the Orishas. I believe in the spirits, and I believe in whatever it is that I talk about. I wholeheartedly believe in this. I live this. I walk it. But for people who are saying they believe in it and they feel like they are oppressed, it's like, where are these Orishas when you need them? If you are a Black Christian and you feel like God is here to support you and God is here and he got favor with you, like, where is he at in these troubling times? Where was he at allegedly during your enslaved time? Where was he at during the segregation period? What was he at when, like, just, it doesn't make sense to me. Going into, cops being the pigs and being satanic allegedly, so God is letting the devil get y'all together. Like, just make it make sense for me. And everybody's getting, attacked by law enforcement. I mean, if you really do your research, everyone. But it's like only a certain type of person is feeling like it's only them and they're more triggered than others and they're getting attacked more than others. And it's just like, honey, like, girl, you're only 13% of the population. So that PTSD that you're feeling, it comes from something in the past, is what I'm saying. It's something that's deep rooted in you that maybe you think that is a part of now, but that is your past life being flashed in front of you. Because it's like, girl, everybody's getting it. Girl, you're getting it from the police officers and we're getting it from you. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. The police is getting you together, and not everybody, but they're getting the ones that they got together, and then y'all getting us together. And when I say us, I mean trans, LGBT people. Y'all getting us together. Y'all slandering us, defamating us. Y'all beating our asses. All that good shit. I remember seeing those videos on YouTube where this man was fighting these girls down there in Houston and shit, New York and shit, attacking these girls and all that, and calling them faggots and niggas and wigs and shit. I'm just saying. So it's like, girl, everybody is getting it, but only a certain type of group, wants to voice their concerns about it and think that it's only them. And I'm not saying it's wrong, because you could definitely voice your opinion on what you want to voice your opinion on. But going back into the BLM and all that good shit, girl, I definitely think that, bitch, if you can give it, you can get it. Okay. With that being said, honey, I do believe in the story, like I said, that I heard a long time ago. And if you're one of those people that know how to do real research, you can also real research the story. Okay. You can real research the story, because I think the Bible even go along the lines of something like that too, where it talks about that too, the 12 tribes of Judah and all that. Like I said, you do your research on that. So it's like, with that being said, I definitely feel like, honey, Black folks can be racist. And if it's institutionalized, then, bitch, I guess everybody's been institutionalized. That's what magic is for, right? I thought we're into spirituality to free our minds. That's what I thought. I thought we were into ancestral workings to heal ancestral patterns in us so we can move on. That's what I thought. Going into ancestral veneration, because a lot of hoes out here talking about it, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, ancestral venerations is meant for you to heal aspects of yourself so you can flourish. You're not going to sit up here and burn ancestor money and create an altar for them and expect money to come when they were broke in the flesh. Okay, so that whole illusion about I did ancestor money, I got money, I became wealthy after that, baby, you healed some patterns though. You got out of some laziness, you got out of some generational curses, and that's why that money came. You became more hardworking. That's where the fuck the money come from. That money didn't come from you just burning ancestor money given to your ancestors. So it's like they're giving that illusion when they're not working with ancestor behavioral patterns. They're not working with ancestor unhealed trauma. But yeah, they have y'all thinking, bitch, I'm doing ancestor money, I'm getting my money. No, bitch, you're getting your money, girl, because you're out here scamming and conning. You're out here begging for a YouTube check. That's how you get your money, girl. When you really get money from your ancestors, girl, unknown checks come in the mail. And you won't need no PPP loan either, honey. Hello? No SBA loan either, baby. Hello? money will come. You got a business, girl, money will come to that business. Hello? I'm just saying. It ain't my business. Missing too much been happening in California. Serial killer in San Francisco and in Pomona. A driver injured several people at a food stand. It's a lot going on. You said it's a lot. It's a lot going on, honey. It's a lot going on. It's a lot, honey. Now, San Francisco got a serial killer too. Now, see, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think the serial killer in Stockton is the actual serial killer, to be honest with you. And I really do think that that serial killer is connected with the law enforcement. I really do. Because I have relatives that were murdered in Stockton and there's still unsolved crimes. And of course, they could be solved, but people don't really care to listen, right? They don't really give a fuck. But anyway, get a buy for that. That's why I don't offer my services for free no more. But they're unsolved murders still, and they're not out here doing a nationwide search. But you have this alleged one guy who got somebody in Oakland and then got a homeless person in Stockton, and then the next year got three more people in Stockton, and all of a sudden he's a serial killer. And I'm like, wait, I thought they had patterns and stuff. Like he injured one woman, he injured and his victims are Hispanic and white. So it's like, girl, they're not just like, oh, all the victims are 21 to 45. All the victims have tattoos on the left hand. So it's just like, where are they getting this from? But I really do feel like they are connected to the law enforcement. I really do feel that. I really do feel that. I have a very strong feeling about that. And this is why they're making it a national thing, because they want to get this motherfucker. They're like, bitch, we're going to get your ass. Okay? Because we need to prove a point to you. Okay, when we got so much unsolved murders over there in Oakland, so much unsolved murders over there in Stockton, so much unsolved murders, all over, and then all of a sudden, oh girl, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And I think the reward is 100,000. And I'm just like, but other people's murders and stuff, y'all only offering like $10,000 and shit. Like, what's really going on here? What's going on here, honey? I want to know what's going on. And then y'all got all those gangsters up there. The gangsters can't find a serial killer and take him out. I'm just saying, girl, this is where the streets need to come together. All you gangsters out there in Stockton and Oakland, y'all can't come together and look for the serial killer yourself and get him together? Hello? I'm just saying. I want to know. I'm asking. Because whether he's dead or alive, girl, they're going to give you your money. Then they capture, wait. They captured the Stockton subset? What? Let me see. I didn't even know that. I don't have close friends in real life. People who I feel are on my level, so I'm willing to have distance from people I used to call friends, but at a time, I get damn, I have no friends. I feel the same way sometimes too, Jay. It feels very lonely sometimes. Like in person, no friends. Um, you know, you know, I have one best friend. I have other people that I connect with, and I call sisters and brothers. But I don't feel like we're completely on each other's level. Like there's just things that they would do that I don't do. There's things that I do that they wouldn't do. Our level of understandings are not the same. Our goals are not the same. And I'm just like, I feel like it takes a village to raise a family, is what they say. And I think even it takes a village to be comfortable. So it's like everybody needs to be able to pull their own weight. If we're gonna bunk up together, we're gonna travel together, if we're gonna live together, let's say, times get rough. Okay, we're gonna start our own village where we're all gonna be together in one, little village, and we're gonna grow our own food. Like, we need you to pull your own weight. And if you're like, listen, I'm gonna pull my own weight when that time comes, but right now I'm not going to, girl, it's about habit. So it's like, girl, if things go down, like I know I'm gonna be able to survive. I know I'm gonna make a will out of no way. Other people I know, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know, because right now we're kind of in, a zone, and like I said, people are not really taking it that serious, And so anyway, it's unfortunate, but we got to move on, honey. Okay. Midnight Mansory, the last story was too creepy from looking at the thumbnail alone. Something at center was freaked out. Listen, I would love to go to the Bennington Triangle. I would love to go to the Bennington Triangle, and I would also love to go to. There's another one I'm going to do. I want to go there. I would love to go there. I told y'all we went to ghost towns and haunted places allegedly. I gotta even tell y'all a story that I had too. That was very, very, freaky. And I tell y'all, like, I'm a spirit magnet. Like, no matter where I go, it could be a place that's not so hunted, and things will happen. Like, things will fall. You will hear noises. And people are like, what's going on? And it's like, well, there's no document that's being hunted. And there's times that I did go to hunted places where I felt like I was being taken over. And of course, the first thing of you being taken over is nausea. And, like I say, people be like, I'm possessed, and they be looking perfectly fine. When possessions take place, your body goes through a whole complete, like, girl, you get sick, you get dizzy. Like, it goes through a process. Just like when the spirit is coming away from you, you're not like, oh, girl, I cleaned the spirit off of me, y'all, and I'm fine. Like, bitch, you're going to have diarrhea. You're going to be vomiting because we're going into the solar plexus. We're going into the root. We're going into the head. You're going to have headaches. You're going to have dizziness. Like, all this shit happens when spirits are possessing people. And you can do your research on this. People that have done exorcisms and shit. Because people sound like talk out my ass. So when I be seeing these people, I be like, I'm possessed by this spirit right now. Oh, y'all putting contacts in it. It's like, ma'am, like, you playing with spirit now. And this shit ain't funny. This is a little sickening. Because you don't think these spirits will get your ass together. And I'm about ready to call out some of these spirits that these people be playing like they possessed with, so y'all can see them really get possessed live on motherfucking camera. That's what I'm about to start motherfucking doing, honey. So you can see them right there on that live getting possessed, girl, and you'll say, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, mama. Mama's sitting there talking perfectly fine. All of a sudden she starts spitting up and shit. Uh-huh. Girl, that'll be the real exorcism, honey. Okay? It definitely makes sense. This being would be a cause of arrogance on one side in the Black community. I'm telling you, because, there's only one word I could think of people abandoning their children. There's only one word I can think of a man or woman thinking that they're going to come together and procreate with someone and then say, I'm going to leave you to handle that by yourself. There's only one thing I could think of, whether the penis is small or large, that a person would want to, impregnate multiple people or fuck around, like, as if they shit don't stink, or they all that, or they everybody want them. Even going to the whole thing about, I don't want no gay people around me. Like, honey, just because somebody gay don't mean they want your ass. So there's just a lot of tea with a lot of tea, and I told y'all my stories, honey, where this guy went out his way, girl. I was working at McDonald's, honey. Ugly as fuck. Wasn't even looking at the motherfucker. I think I looked at him, giving change, and kept it moving. Daddy had nerve to get out the drive-thru, walk inside the store. They had to call security. I had to call my brother to come and pick me up because Daddy was about ready to fuck me up, because Daddy was like, is that a man or a woman? And the girl next door told me, no, he said the guy next door told me that that's a nigga. And it's like, wait, what? And he was, girl, he was upset, girl. He was trying to get it. He was like, yo, what's up, shorty? What's up, mama? And I was like, And he's like, wait, what the fuck? And he's like, bitch, let me go on there. And he had to come in and say, yo, is that a nigga? So I'm just like, girl, that's the ego shit right there. Like, I don't want you. You're not my type in any way, shape, or form. And just because you feel like somebody wants you, now you're offended. Now you want to fight to prove that you're a man. Like, girl, bye. Girl, by that time, I didn't have weapons like that, girl. I was naive. But anyway, there's only one word I can think of with all that, and it's arrogance and ego. Look at these entertainers, honey. Look at these people that, oh, girl. Girl, these Black entertainers that be sitting there talking about they only like light-skinned people, they only like biracial people, they don't want no Black girlfriend, I don't like red lipstick on a Black woman. I'm just saying what they're saying. These people right here, and they think that everybody want them, or, they think they can pull a bad light-skinned bitch. They think they can pull a bad mixed person. When you go look at them, it's like, girl, they don't want you because you got money. They don't want you because you got coin. They don't want you because you got coin, bruh. You're not cute. The baby ain't cute. The baby, girl. Barely any of those rappers are cute, in my opinion. Barely, girl, all of them. I don't care if they're Black or not. Barely any of them are attractive. And the thought that they mess around, girl, disgusts me too. Like, bitch, imagine what their body odor smell like. Imagine what they shit smell like. Like, girl, fucking a lot of people make your body stink, no matter how much you clean yourself or how much you spray cologne on yourself. Honey, your body is going to smell because it got to come out of the inside. When you're kissing and fucking people, that shit get inside of your body and it throws off your system. Okay? So it's like, mama, The arrogance and the egotistical shit for me is a little too much. Going into people that you don't even pay attention to. I wasn't attacked by white spiritualists. I was not attacked by, indigenous spiritualists. I was attacked by people that are so-called black and African pride people. They found their way over here. I wasn't going to look on them. I didn't make a video response to them. I didn't go comment on their video. They found their way over here and made it seem like now they're the victim. And it's like, that's ego, girl. So it's either ego or it's mental illness. It's one or the other. And I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying it's either ego that's running rapid in the black community or it's mental illness that's running rapid. And that will explain a lot of tea. Either way, if it's mental illness or what is it? Mental illness or motherfucking ego. It'll explain a lot. Pay attention to it, honey. Narcissist. Pay attention to it. Okay? Going to town, many so-called people feel how so many people feel like the world owes them and they have no remorse. So I'm telling you, no, for real, you're worshiping and giving your energy to the spirits and they're not empowering nor freeing you. I'm telling you right now. There's no way I'm going to sit here right hand up and be like, y'all, I love Ganesha. Ganesha is my father, and I'm fighting people. I'm going on the channel. Ganesha does not possess you, and I got scratched by Ganesha, and Ganesha is above me, and fuck you, bitch, and you a nigga anyway. Like, I'm upset about this, right? But yeah, we know that Ganesha has the secrets to the universe. We know that Ganesha is very protective. We know that Ganesha is over finances. We know that Ganesha is over the roads. We know that Ganesha is over pleasures of life. And I'm sitting here saying that I worship and venerate this spirit, this deity, but yet everything that I present to you or everything you've seen has been shut off. So it's like, where's Ganesha at opening the roads for me? Going into money and finances. Oh, girl, now I got a PPP loan. Now I got to beg for money. Now I got to offer this and that. Now I'm going to open up a channel, reading people down to make money versus working like, girl, where's the Ganesha blessing me with the finances because he's the king of finances? And he works hand in hand with two other deities to bring you those coins. So it's like, I don't understand it. Like, you're so connected with these spirits and these deities. What's wrong with your health? Because these spirits are over your health. If Jesus is your provider, your Lord and Savior, and he's the doctor, and he's the lawyer, and he's this and he's that, it's like, baby, why Jesus can't help you get rid of that sickness then? I can't do it. I cannot venerate a spirit that is not here to help me. And we're talking about even going into freeing my mind because that's where it starts at. Making things make sense. Now I have the ability to tap into these orishas. Now I have the ability to tap into these deities and I can help people free themselves. But instead, I want to piggyback off of your sickness. I know that you're desperate for rituals and I'm going to act like I'm doing rich for you to get more money from you. I'm going to sit here and soothe you over and say, y'all, that transgender don't know nothing about you being a bummy ass bitch because he never had kids. He don't know what it's like to be in love with a man because he's a man in love with a man. Making shit up. And it's just like, no, bitch, you're only trying to kiss these people asses because as long as they stay underneath you giving rituals or doing rituals with you, they're going to pay you your fucking money. And that's why one of the bitches said that I talk too much because I'm sharing the information with y'all so y'all can learn how to do shit yourself. So we can sit together at the table, not you sitting on the side getting the crumbs. That's what the fuck I'm about. But these other hoes is about sitting at the motherfucking table and giving you the leftovers. They don't want you to sit at a table with them and address them as sister or brother. They want you to call them goddess in the sense of, bitch, you're the goddess and I'm the peasant, not goddess to goddess. They don't want you to sit there and say, hey, sister, hey, brother. They want you to say, hey, mama, hey, grandmama, hey, leader, hey, high priestess. That's what they fucking want. And like I said, this is why things are so fucked up. So you should be mad at these motherfuckers and not me. Because, bitch, I'm not contributing to none of that. Our stories ain't the same story like that. You should be mad at these people that so-called went through the storm and got the gift to help you get out the storm, but want to keep you in the storm. Like, why the fuck can you not help me get out the situation and you tapped into these spirits? Better yet, why these spirits can't help me get out the situation? And if you so tapped in the spirit, why you can't show me the way? And that's how I call people out too, because people don't be liking that. When I'm like, listen, you're not doing the work that you should be doing or you're focused on the wrong thing. Some people don't like being told that because other spiritualists don't tell them that. They want to keep you where you're at. Like, honey, the spell is not working right now because you're not doing ABC to G. Now it's, well, you need to send more money over, then I'll give you more secrets. No, bitch. while we're doing the working, something is not right, and I need you to stop doing this. And if you continue to do it, you're going to do the work on your own, and the work more than likely ain't going to manifest because you're not taking notes, you're not paying attention. Nothing comes to you just because you're doing the work. You have to prepare yourself for that work, honey. It's like asking for the lottery, and yet you can't even manage the job money that you get right now. Like, how the fuck you can't even manage the money you got right now from your 9 to 5 job, but you want Spirit to bless you with $1 million? What the fuck are you gonna do with that $1 million? If you can't even manage the 500 you get in a fucking week now, like, girl, think about it for a minute. The audacity. You're gonna get that a million, honey. You're gonna lose that a million, and you're gonna sit there and be like, damn, what happened to the money? Damn, I want that. You're gonna look stupid. Another thing too, that's why they call it the lottery curse, because people are not prepared to win that much money because they couldn't manage the 50, the 100, the $10,000 they're making a month, or the 10,000 they're making a year. They couldn't manage that. So now they get all that money and they're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Now it's, let me go get some lace fronts. Let me go get some joints. Let me go get a weed. Let me go get this. Let me go do that. It's just like, okay, girl. So it's like, honey, they don't like to be called out, and we keep it moving. I keep moving, honey. You like to be called out, girl? Go ahead. Go play with the spirituals. I want to keep playing with you, girl. They want to keep you trapped and bound you down. I remember a girl came to me not too long ago, and she's like, I want to get work done. And I asked her, you in any type of spiritual contract with any spiritualist right now? And she was like, no. And I said, okay, because I guess she's thinking, I mean, like, girl, you're in agreement to something right now, and they're sending over a contract for you to sign. But no, baby, when you reach out to the spiritualist to get work done, that's a spiritual contract that you're doing. So she said no. And I said, okay. And then I'm doing the working, and I'm seeing that there's a spirit on this person, y'all. And I literally was like, okay, I'm going to hit them up, and I'm gonna let them know. But while I'm here, while I'm doing this work now, because it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, let me do some work on this shit now to clear this shit up. Y'all, I started doing the working, and literally within, I want to say, maybe like 9 hours later, I get an email stating, I don't know what was going on last night, but I had a nightmare. My daughter had a nightmare. One of my sons had a nightmare. Like, they were going down the list of what was going on. This happened, that broke, this, and that. My door lock would not lock. And I said, listen, the person that you did work with, they're not too pleased with you. And that jumping for spiritualists is not really a good thing. You need to make sure that all ends are covered before you do another thing with another person. Now I have to do A, B, C, or G, so I just broke it down. You don't got to send no more money over. You already covered it. We're gonna do it, and then I'll be damned, bitch. That get all cleared up, done with. Then they're walking backwards into another situation. I'm just like, girl, ma'am, this is the work for you to do on your end. I'm letting you know now. If you don't follow any of the directions in this, it's not going to work. You're going to be like, damn, like, I'm seeing something, but I'm not seeing it fully manifest. Yeah, you have to get that mind and that heart in the same space. If you want them, you do. If you don't, you don't. But there's no I want them, but I don't want them, but I do want them. I only want them, when he's flying me to Paris and London. But when he's not flying me to Paris and London, I don't really want him. And I really can't stand his mama or his sister because, they're nasty as fuck. It's like, okay, girl. Okay, man. It's like, okay, girl. Okay. Demigod for the people. These people are, oh, wait. No, for a worshiper and giving the energy, yes. These people are paid actors. How are you foaming at the mouth on cue because of a spirit? I'm telling you right now, and this is why they had to file for bankruptcy. I don't care what nobody's saying. You can cuss me out. You can flip me off. You can say your mama, your daddy, your sister, your your brother, kiss my ass, bitch, Mystic, you stupid as fuck. Okay, because people are gonna bring up things, and I can bring up anything that I ever brought to y'all publicly, and we can verify what happened and why it happened and what got cleared out. So going into that, people had to file bankruptcy. People had lost their homes. People have lost a lot of stuff, money too, clients too. People have gotten into other issues, right? Internal battles, external battles. Oh my God, I'm being stalked. I'm being this, I'm being that. Once again, relationships being bitter, being sour, because the intentions behind their work is malicious. And like I said, no matter what people say, you will always pay your debt off in full. And karma is debt. Karma deals with credits and debits. And when there's a debit, meaning you took away from something, The universe has to come back to balance that out like a checkbook. So all of your debt will always be paid in full. And that's just how it is. You will reap what you sow. And so they've all said here and said that karma's not real. But like I said, you look at them and you ask them questions. How is their health? Tell them to get on camera and show all their teeth and to prove that they're not dentures. Tell them to get on camera and show their body, show their skin, whatever. Show that they're really healthy. Tell them to come on here and show you their finances. Come on here and have them to show you anything to prove that they're actually manifesting in spirit because they live in truth. That's how it gets down. But when you call that shit out, you're fucked up. Well, I had to file bankruptcy too, and I'm not an evil person, but it's kind of like, uh, we don't know that, and you're a bystander. We're talking about people that are offering services and shit. You're a bystander, and even going into past life, you have past life trauma that you have to resolve too. And maybe in this life you have to file bankruptcy because your past life you were a slumlord. Because that's how karma works. You got to come back and you got to do that shit all over again in a whole nother scenario. Because you're gonna say, yes, I get to come back and be a fourth child, and I get to see my mama again. Hell yeah, I'll come out of here again. No, no, baby. The next time it's gonna be worse than that. You're gonna have the same lesson but a different lifestyle. So it's like same thing with that shit. Like, no, honey, you probably have to file bankruptcy shit because, like saying, your last life you were fucked up. You probably got sick with something this life and got this and that because you're probably one of those doctors in the day doing lobotomies and shit on patients just to get money. You're probably one of these doctors doing insurance fraud and shit. Hello? So God said, bitch, when you come back, bitch, we're going to make sure you get a medical illness and they're not going to kill your ass neither. And that's how that shit works out. So like I said, you look at these people and you're like, damn, like you must do some fucked up ass shit. Like your karma must have been horrible. And I know it's kind of fucked up because you're like, oh, I got to have compassion. The human in me is like, oh, God, I got to be compassionate. But that spirit in me is like, wait a minute, though. What did you do, though? Like, what did you do? What are you doing? What happened for this to happen to you? Like, what happened? And maybe you wasn't altogether fucked up, but maybe you were not smart. Maybe you were naive. Maybe you thought that the money was always going to be there. Maybe you thought that, honey, I'm going to scam my way through. The scamming slowed down, and now you lost your shit. Like I said, a lot of shit, doesn't make sense. But looking back, at it from a spiritual perspective, it's like, wait a minute. Mama, you lost the house girl because you were a scammer. You lost the house because people were sending you money for readings and shit because you needed that mortgage paid. So you got that money for the fucking reading. You didn't complete that fucking reading. So spirit came in and said, bitch, I need my house back. Because that's what we do. We call back our energy that we put out. And another spiritual that I saw too, not too long ago, state that you don't call back your energy because you don't learn your lesson when you fuck with only good people. And I'm like, this is the shit that got you lonely and single at 60 years old now. This shit that got you sick in your body at 6-year-old now. Like, but you got to change that mindset. Like, but you don't accept people stealing your energy and living off your good light energy. You don't tolerate that. So with that being said, bitch, if I send you over money and good intentions because I really thought you can help me, and I encourage you all to do this, if I send over my money to you for energy, for healing, it doesn't matter. And I really thought you can help me, and I feel somehow, some way that you conned me, that you lied, you deceived me, I call back my good intentions. I call back my energy. I call back my monetary energy that I sent you and made it come back to me tenfold. And if a bitch did you wrong, you're going to see her suffer. If the bitch did what she said she did and just so happened you didn't get what you got because you weren't doing your part, nothing ain't going to happen to the person. But just those simple words will call back your energy and you will watch the motherfucking fall. You will watch the motherfucking fall. And like I said, that's what motherfucking happen when you fuck with people. And like I said, a lot of these souls ain't going to admit to it right now, but I can say this right now. One of those motherfucking spirituals that got nothing, that mama's living on a Hobby Lobby farmer now, bitch, I send money over to that bitch for a reading. The bitch should give me a motherfucking thing. Just so happened the bitch filed for bankruptcy the same year that I came on YouTube to start offering spiritual work. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Being told like to claim the work that they do. Make it make sense. How ironic is it that I send over money to you, bitch, you didn't complete the services that I paid for. And I said, bitch, oh no, the fuck you not. Bitch, it was $50, but bitch, $50 at that time was hard to come by. Bitch, okay, hello? Bitch, $50 was a week worth of food for me during that time. So, bitch, I need all my energy back. I know we didn't go to PayPal to get the money back. We let spirits handle that. Bitch, we don't go to the bank. We don't dispute charges. We let spirit handle that. Okay. And the same thing with merchants and stuff too. Bitch, I call you and tell you that I was not happy with the service and you don't want to give me a refund. I let it go. I let spirit get you together. And it has happened many of times where people's businesses have been shut down. Many of times. And I'm not saying I wished out on them, but bitch, I need my coin back. Bitch, I need my good energy back. I came to support you and you said kiss my ass. I need my energy back, bruh. Just that simple. So, like I said, they playing with these spirits because y'all don't know these spirits. They know that you guys have the archetype of what Brigitte is. They know you have the archetype of who Oya is. They know you have the archetype of who Oshun is. They know you have the archetype of who Elekwa is, Eshu is. Like these deities are over and with all people, including gay people. They're not gonna let you hurt these gay people just because you don't like gay people. When we know that Shango was a cross dresser, when we know that these gays, Baron Samedi was bisexual and stuff. We heard these stories. We saw these stories, bisexual love affairs and stuff. We saw these stories, cross dressing, gender bending and stuff. We heard these stories. So you're not gonna go to these orishas and be like, I'm gonna hurt this gay motherfucker and I need you to hurt them. And the spirit say, yes, I'm gonna hurt them just because they're gay. Like, bitch, we didn't do nothing to your ass. You're just a hateful ass fucking bitch. And that's why ain't nothing manifesting for you. And that's why you look at that holes manifest they shit at only 500 subscribers. I don't know what subscribers I have, girl. But like I said, girl, we manifested more than your motherfucking ass. I've seen videos, people got 50,000 followers, only get 1,900 views. And I'm just saying, 1,900 views, 400 likes. And even like going into the short stuff, their short stories get like 500 views. Shit, I'm like, damn, you got 20,000 followers and your short stories only get like 200, 300 views? I'm just saying. And they be thinking they the baddest of the baddest. Like, girl, you ain't that bad. Girl, that's called algorithm. That's called the 10% rule. And bitch, a lot of these hoes be buying their followers. But anyway, ain't my business, honey. So there was a demon god for every human racial group. That's crazy. I thought all physical form was the result of Ahriman. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. So of course we have, and I think about this too, going into government. So allegedly you have the Pope. And the Pope is over, well, above the Pope, there's people. They call that shadow government. Okay. But I think the Pope is even over the Queen and King of England and stuff in Africa and all that. And then beneath the Pope and stuff is the presidents and the, prime ministers and blah, blah, blah. And then below that would be the governors. And below that would be the senators. And below that would be the mayors. And below that would be the councils and the congressmen. And below that would be this and be that. And the sheriff. And then the police officers. And then the Peace Corps, whatever. So there's levels to that. So going into even these spirits. So there's an ultimate creator, right? But the ultimate creator have things underneath it. Even going into the Orishas have spirits underneath them. And it just keeps going on and going on. Not all the time when there's a war or every time there's a, spiritual whatever, people are like, Oshun showed up and showed out. Not all the time it's Oshun showing up and showing out. Because like I said, there are assistants. Just like in the physical form, we have people to help us. Spirits have people to help them too. Okay, time and space is an illusion, but they can't be everywhere at once. Okay, imagine 1,000 people petitioning to them, and at one time, all 1,000 people get their prayers answered. Like, honey, they got assistants. Okay, going in even to the ancestors, going even into the angels, going even into the archangels. Like these are assistants, right? And we talked about that before, messengers of God and stuff. And so going into that right there would also tell you that there are subgroups and groups and subgroups. Just keep like a tree. It just branch out and keep branching out. There's a root of something that's beneath the surface that nobody really see, nobody really knows about. Then you see the tree stump start sprouting up. And then from that, you start seeing branches. And then from that, you start seeing leaves, and so forth and so forth. It's the same thing with that. So yeah, honey. It's some deep stuff, Jay. It's some very deep stuff. Very deep stuff, honey. I think it's a lot of ego that's plaguing, especially the ones closer to my generation. You said it, honey. I feel like after doing Ganesha mantra, a lot of stuff has become clearer than even interpreting the energies of Hinduism and what they represent. I know that's right, honey, because Ganesha show up and show out. You hear me? I want to offer something. We'll talk about that down the line, okay? Come on in here, Julie V. Yes, honey. What it be? Happy witchy hour. Yes, honey. Witchy hour. Witchy hour. Yes, honey. Yes, girl. You know we play. You know we play. It's currently 121 right now. Make a wish, y'all. 121, and it's 10/16/2022. We see all two is here, right? 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6. And then you have 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then of course one goes into everything one time. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. So come on in here, y'all. This is a magical time right now, honey. Make a wish right now. 1, 2, 3. And so it shall be. Come on in here. The bankruptcy spirits must have been more powerful than their spiritual court. I'm telling you, because nobody want to do ancestor work for real, Jay. That's what it comes down to. Nobody wants to do real ancestral work. We want to go to the Orishas before we go to our ancestors. I even saw a video too of a lady have an accent. I don't know if Mama's Jamaican, Haitian. I don't know because I thought Jamaicans did Obeah, but from what I see, Mama do like hoodoo and voodoo and stuff. But anyway, um, Mama was saying something about you don't go to your ancestors um until you get yourself right. But I'm like, but these spirits are here to help you, ma'am. So you can't get yourself right, and no man can get yourself right until you can heal the paternal issue with your ancestors. Anybody who knows about ancestor veneration knows this. So I was a little confused, like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? Even when I saw someone say something about when you call out your ancestors, you can't call them all out because you might have an evil ancestor and they might come forward. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, but people trust people in their real life that are evil and they get got. So it's kind of like your intentions are your intentions. And when we go into spiritual power, you have spiritual power over your ancestors. You can either work with them or you don't have to work with them. But ultimately, it's you that is the key to open that up. You don't have to venerate them. You can let them be wherever they're at. But it's you that hold that fucking key to even say, come on in here. I want your help, grandma. I want your help, mama. I want your help. Even going into God, it said that you have to confess with your own tongue. God ain't just going to come in and help you because you say you're a believer in God. You have to confess that with your own tongue. That's how we pray and we meditate. So it's like, with that being said, same thing with your ancestors. There's not no, be careful what ancestor you call because they might be evil. Girl, your grandfather probably was an evil man too. You didn't even know that. And you out there said, well, he was loving and kind to me. So if he was loving and kind to you in the waking life, he's going to be loving and kind to you in the passing life too. But that man was evil. That man killed people. There's people underneath the ground, a girl. So it's like, it does not make sense. And that's how you know that people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's why I keep saying, like, ancestor veneration is about healing and releasing. And how you know things are resolved because you don't look at things the same way. And that's say going into me. That's why I don't look at things the same way that other people that look like me do. Because bitch, we're healing. I'm not about to be sitting here and deprogressing my ancestors. Like, they did their time, they moved on. This is a whole nother chapter. I'm the new revised, I'm the descendant. I have an ability to make it right. And ancestors, if anything is not right, allow me to align myself up with people that I can make it right with. Meaning, if somebody hurts you in the past, and I kind of love this stuff too, because the movies, they kind of, show shit like this, like people come back and they try to fuck up people descendants, and they're like, wait a minute, but she's an innocent girl. They're like, no, she's not innocent, bitch. She's the descendant of a fucking blah, 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 blah. And they get her together. So the same thing with that. If my ancestors were oppressed by a certain group of people, I'm going to align myself with their descendants, and I'm going to have an opportunity to make that thing right. However that is. And I'm not going to point that out. I'm just going to say however that is. I'm going to have a chance to make it right so we can move on. But that's where we should be at right now. And a lot of people are not about that. We're still in vengeance. We're still in warring. You already been at war for 500 years, honey. You already been at war for 2,000 years. You already been at war for 25,000 years. Like, bitch, when is it going to fucking stop? Because you're never going to have that equality in the physical life. People are never going to fully accept gay people. People are never going to fully accept black people. People are not going to ever fully accept Muslims. They're never going to fully accept fat people. They're never going to fully accept ugly people. Like, what are you really trying to fight for if your spirit is here to learn something? Like, make it make sense for me. Make it make sense for me. Wasting our time on nothing. And that's what I feel. It's nothing. It's bullshit. If you ask me, it's bullshit. All of it is bullshit. Okay? All of it. Your cause and who's fighting it, bitch. It's bullshit. Okay, how about that? I know that's right. Three lurkers, let's thumb. Thank you so much, Shay. So, what about mixed race humans? Would all these demigods be in us? That's crazy, and you're right. It's deep. Well, so allegedly, Jay, there is um, seven races of humans, right? And allegedly, we are only at number five. So if you get into mixed races, right? Because of course all this is ethereal, and then ethereal manifests into the physical matter. And that's why I keep saying too, people say melanated and stuff. Show me that your melanin is more powerful than the non-melanated people, and then I will believe that that melanin have power. Because from what we've seen so far, that melanin got you acting a goddamn fool, if you ask me. But anyway, that's just if you ask me, honey. I'm sorry. I have to say it. But going into mixed people and stuff, that could be the sixth or seventh race. That could be the morphing of the fifth race to the sixth race, right? Going into mixed race, now we have different cultures being intermingled. Now we got different cultures, new religions being formed. Now we got new ideas being formed. Now we got new ways of making money being formed. So that could be those mixed race stuff. And so that's how that works. You know, yeah, that's how that works, honey. Okay. Kind of thinking like your chakras. Your chakras are different, right? Your root, your sacral, your heart, your crown, but they work together harmoniously to make you elevate. And that's how I look at it with race and sex and gender and all that. I know that everybody's not going to fully accept anything that I mentioned, but those who are trying to make a difference, you come forward. And even going into the Bible where it speaks about the seven angels are going to come forward and protect. I really do feel like these seven angels are going to represent the light workers and the people that are really seeing beyond what people are presenting, like me. Like I said, sexism, racism, and just really the spirit of confusion, honey. I'm here to call that shit out. Okay, nothing else. Okay, you almost off work. I know that's right. Thank the gods. I know that's right. I hope it's not good. It's not too much in it, but there's a story of semi god demon who the Vatican served, known as an L name. You know what's so crazy? I think a lot of people know about that too, Julie, because I believe there was a movie kind of talking about that. I think there was a movie kind of talking about that L name demon, and they said we got to have a balance. It was based on a true story too, where the Vatican said we got to have a balance. We can't just serve one energy because we got to know when the bad is coming. So we got to have a balance of all. And that's what people not realizing either. Everything is so fucked up right now because they want you to only focus on one thing. So now we're like, oh my God, things are getting so worse now. Yeah, because back in the day, we focused on everything. The devil worshippers are over there, the Christians are over there, and then you have the people in between. Nowadays, you have to pick a side. You got to be good or evil. You got to support the black or support the white. You can't support both. You got to be either for the gays or against the gays. You got to be for the Barbs or against the. I'm joking, but still, you got to be either Nikki or you got to be Cardi. Now that energy's coming up. Now, bitch, now we're like, oh my God, things are getting crazy. No, it's always been crazy, bitch. Okay. I hear all the time about crooked ancestors coming forward with a lot of online spiritualists. And then you got to question yourself, Jay, when they say this. So, are your crooked ancestors the reason why y'all have to get on YouTube and beg for money? Is your crooked ancestor the reason why y'all have to file bankruptcy? Is your crooked ancestor the one why you have to file for SBA or PPP loan? Is your crooked ancestors girl, I'm just talking. Is your crooked ancestors the one why you gotta create online gangs and shit and tell people to go out and flag that video and you can't do it yourself because you're so powerful? Let's talk about it for a minute. Is your crooked ancestor the one that caused you to steal out of Kroger's? Told you to route that bounce check? Like, let's talk about it for a minute. Those are the questions you gotta ask. Are your crooked ancestors the ones that's keeping you from going to the dentist? Is your crooked ancestor the one that's preventing you from changing your life up? Are your crooked ancestors the one that's keeping you stuck in your fucking old body? Like, these are the questions you got to ask people that talk about crooked ancestors if they're manifesting Like they're God's gift to people. And oh my God, I'm manifesting, and I'm really manifesting out of this world. Okay. Well, like I said, show us. Show us. Let us see the tea. Mister, when you prayed, have you immediately gotten an idea in your head that you felt was a prayer being answered? I prayed for certain answer spirits to come and thunder spirit come forth. I know that's right, honey. That's how it happened. When you elevate in consciousness, Jay, you will start to think about what you think about too will actually happen, right? Like I'm learning to be very mindful of what I think about because when you elevate, things manifest. But you could literally think of somebody and bam, they call or they show up. You could literally think of a song like, oh, I haven't heard that song in a long time. All of a sudden, YouTube music play it. Like it's really, really amazing. So you will learn that too going into that. Saying a prayer, speaking it into existence, saying that it is so, and now it happens. Definitely so. Definitely, honey. Okay. Definitely. All the time. Keep in mind, it started storming today, and I did the prayer yesterday at work, and the thunder lightning have been warned when I started going to work. I know that's right, honey. The spirits are coming through. Yes, honey. Oh, okay. Got you, Mystic. That's interesting. I know you said that there were 72 races as well. Yes, 72 sub races. And you also know there's 72 archangels, and you also know there's 72 demons, right? Hello? Can we talk about it for a minute? Hello? Can we talk about it for a minute? Hello? So that's what I'm curious to know too. If black people are powerful, white people are powerful, Asian people are powerful, Hispanic people are powerful, that means that you are assigned certain powers and principalities and authorities in the spirit realm. So couldn't you just pray these spirits into this realm to assist you so you don't have to go down and defund the police and stuff? Could you pray for these spirits to give you favor? Like these are ideas that I have. These are just ideas. Going into, being, you being so spiritually connected and melanated people are so spiritual and stuff. So can't you call these spirits to come forward? Instead of, spirit scratching people up and causing people to have house fires and stuff, because it's what the girls alleged. Couldn't your ancestors or these spirits go get money out of Chase Bank for you? Like Chase could send you a bank out the blue, like what has happened to me before several times. Going even to other banks that I closed out, and years later I get a check from them. Like, girl, like, couldn't your spirits go in and get that for you so you don't have to lie and cheat just to get a YouTube check? Like, I'm just curious about this. This is really curious to me. It's better, especially saying that, the police hate black people and stuff and hate black kids. Like, can't you call forward a legion of angels? Because that's what the Bible said. Oh, come on in here. The Bible said you call forth the legions of angels when you need help. Could you pray over legions of angels so that way when your son is out by himself, your black son, he don't got to get harassed by the law enforcement? Like, can we talk about it for a minute? Or y'all not ready for that conversation? Can we talk about healing the sickness within the bodies? So that way everybody else can have their chance at being the number one of something. Like I said, Black Americans count for 13% of the population. So why don't we do some working so that Caucasian Americans could be the number ones dying of heart disease, dying of diabetes and high blood pressure? Let's talk about it for a minute. They're the ones that get the high blood pressure. Can we do some type of workings with that? Or we really can't do no workings like that because we don't know how to connect with those spirits. What's really going on here? Can we get together and pray over our husbands and boyfriends so he don't get turned on by the next bitch? So we don't got to worry about 7 or 10 baby mamas and our money getting fucked up. So we got to do a spell on a woman and shit. Like, I'm just talking. Can we get that together? Can we all come together? Because there's power in numbers as single mothers, as single fathers, as single daughters and sons, however you want to call it. Can we all come together, send out some energy, and say all of our deadbeat daddies need to come together and surrender and give us all our money and get your money outside of going to court to get child support? Like, can't you do money spells on this baby daddy to pay you child support so you don't have to get into the system? Like, I'm just talking. Melanin is so powerful. I need y'all to call these spirits forward. I need y'all to sit here for a moment, and maybe that'll be something that we'll do. Maybe that'll be a free class or something. We sit here, we balance ourselves out, we clear ourselves out. It's gonna be a long life though. And we cleanse ourselves, we surrender ourselves, and we say, Spirit, come forward and do what you gotta do. And we see how quickly it moves. So we don't have to go out and do things physically. We don't have to retaliate physically because they're spiritually powerful. Oh, come on in here. We're spiritually powerful. We don't have to go out and throw trash at the police department to prove a point. Okay, because we're gonna let our spirits do what they gotta do. Hello, hello. So where the sheriff resigns without us even knowing why. He just put in his letter of resignation. That's what we're talking about here. Like, can we all come together and do that? Can we all come together and solve these mysteries that happened in the past where there was black people hung for crimes that they didn't do? Can we bring in these? Can we summon the people to come forward and let it be exposed? Can we talk about it? Like, what is really going on? I'm just talking. I'm curious. I'm having these questions. I'm having these questions. We're upset about people that don't pay our bills, who never fucked us, who don't provide for us, who don't have to provide for us. We're more upset at them and trying to fight them instead of fighting the motherfucker who came inside of us and left us to take care of these children by herself. We're more upset at the transgenders and the homosexuals than we are the men who want to impregnate us and impregnate everybody and their motherfucking mama, and we get the short end of the damn stick. Let's talk about it for a minute. We more upset at these LGBTs and these trans people than we are with a man who claims he's your brother, and yet he kills his own brother. Oh, girl. Y'all not ready for that conversation. I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think I'm ready for that, honey. Come on in, Lazarus. Yes, honey. That's his name. We know who Lazarus is, honey. Ow! We know, ow! We know him. Ow! The story of Lazarus is actually the story of Jesus confessing that he was the devil. Oh, Jesus. Oh, come on in here. Oh, come on in here. The story of Lazarus being brought back to life, oh, come on in here, is a story about demonic possession, because we know that, and we saw this in the movies, when somebody physically died and you bring them back, it's not them that's in that body. It's a spirit, a demonic spirit taking over that body. So that story actually confesses that Lazarus, oh, come on in here. They did a movie about it too called Lazarus Effect. That Lazarus came back as a motherfucking demon, and guess who resurrected him? Oh, come on in here. So y'all not ready for that conversation. Oh, come on in. Y'all don't like that type of talk. Oh, come on. Y'all not ready for that. Y'all can't handle that type of conversation. It's a little too insensitive for some people. You can't have that. And even going into like, anyway, I won't even get into that. That's a little too much, honey. Okay. Oh no, the audio's messing up again. Hold on. Is it on? The audio's off. Oh, Jay, something happened. The spirit is fucking with you. I'm fucking dead right now. I am fucking dead right now. I'm so ready to go home. I can hear it now, Lord. 72 good night. Is there something with that? Of course there is. Come on in here. You know, I would hate to mention, they said there's 7 days, right? On the seventh day, 7 is completion. On the seventh day, the Lord rested. But also they didn't mention that when Adam and Eve was so caught in the Garden of Eden, that there were 2 other powerful civilizations of beings around the same time. They didn't talk about that though, because even going into the story about Cain and Abel, okay, Cain murdered his brother, and God said, "You're cursed. The land that is bleeding, or the land that your brother's blood is crying from, you will be cursed by, no matter how much hard work you do," because Cain was into growing, planting seeds and stuff, and this is very symbolic. And so God told him that it ain't gonna work. No matter how hard you work, it ain't gonna work. And Cain became afraid, because he said, "What happened if they try to kill me like I killed my brother?" And God told Cain that he will be protected, that anybody who try to murder him will have 7 folds of bad luck, or they'll be cursed by 7 folds. So if Cain and Abel were the only 2 people during the time of Adam and Eve, allegedly, then who was going to murder Cain? So like I said, there was 2 civilizations, oh, come on in here, that they didn't talk about in the Bible, that they purposely left out of the Bible, that they purposely, intentionally, purposefully left out. So 72 goes into a lot of stuff. 72 goes into a lot of stuff, even going into 9 being the highest number. Come on in here, because once you pass 9, it starts resetting. 10 is 1, 11 is 1 1, 12 is 1 2, 13 is 1 3, and just keeps doubling. And then 20 is 2, and then 21 is 2 1. It just starts reversing. It starts, playing back like a mirror effect. It starts going back and forth, playing back to itself. Blue and yellow, going into combining colors. Two colors make another color. And then you reverse it, it makes another color, the same color, but it's just different shade. Oh, girl. Very deep stuff, honey. But wait, what if you're physically black, but your spirit is more aligned with Asian culture energy? Well, that's a little different too. That's why I said, people get a little confused with the spiritual and the physical, going into that. So in your past life, you could have definitely been Asian. And now in this life, you manifested as a black person, to experience, what you're experiencing as a black person. That could definitely be the case. That happens to a lot of us. That happens to a lot of us, honey. A lot of us, we one thing, but we something else. You know what I mean? Hello. We one thing, we would like other things, honey. Hello. You know, that happens to a lot of us, Jay. Okay, hello. White men are actually dying the most in the U.S. from suicide, and I think that's a demon feeding. Well, you said it. You said it. You said it, and I also think it's a guilt thing. I think it's a guilt thing too. I think it's a guilt thing. Okay, I think it's guilt, shame, regret. And it's unfortunate. If you're a white man out there and you thinking about committing the S word, definitely reach out to Mystic, 28spirit8 mystic@gmail.com. We need more of you to stay around. Okay. Let me stop. Let me stop, honey. I don't know about an actual demon, but I think something is going on with the self-esteem across the board in our country. It sure is, because we don't know who we are, Jay. When we don't know who we are, we feel empty. We don't know where we come from. We don't know where we're going, and we become trapped. We become stuck. That's why alcohol addiction is so high. That's why drug addiction is so high. That's why they just blatantly promote, addiction to drugs and shit, because we don't know ourselves. And now we feel stuck. And now we need to escape from this reality, because we're like, bitch, who are we? Who are we? We're told we're this or that, but I don't feel connected to it. So that's what that is, honey. You said it. I'm watching this video. Like, I watched this video about a white queen complaining immigrants get more benefits from California than the homeless Americans. And I posted it on my storyline. I posted that on my storyline. Now, I'm kind of on the fence with that, because I we talked about this before. I think that immigrants who come here and want to offer something to us, whether that's, I'm going to, pay taxes whether I get money back or not. I think there's nothing wrong with them getting any type of benefit that they need when they need it. I'm for that. But like I said, just like with Americans, I think if you never had a job, you shouldn't get no type of American citizen assistance. If you never work, you should not get welfare. If you never work, you should not get housing, Section 8. You should not get assistance for something you did not put in on. I believe that. Even with people who's been in the system for the past 20 years, girl, whatever money you put in, it's no longer there. And nobody's telling you to have more kids. You're doing it because you want to. So the same thing with the immigrant thing too. Like, you're coming here to get assistance, but the people here can't even get assistance. Like, there's people that work hard. There's people that have contributed. There's people that got to pay taxes. There's people that get taxes taken out. There's people that got to get on a payment plan with the IRS and stuff every year because they owe all this damn money. And yet someone could come into this country, never contributed, and they get free shit. So I'm not a fan of the free shit. So like I said, I'm on the line with that because, it is fucked up for those who do come here and want to, better. Some people come here, they have children here, and they raise their children to be good citizens. Their children become military people. Their children become police officers and nurses, and they're not. And so they can't get benefits, or some of them could. I'm for that because you are contributing to the pot. But now, like I said, you come here because you didn't like your country for whatever reason, because clearly your country ain't all that bad because people still want to live there. I'm just saying. Because everybody, if that's the case, everybody can leave and go wherever the fuck they want to go. But some people still like it there. So you feel like because you don't like it there, you could just, I can go to this other country. I can do what I want. And I think it said illegal immigrants. I don't think the video said immigrants. I think it said illegal immigrants, which means you got here legally. Maybe you traveled here on a visa and you said you're not going back, so you stayed here even after it expired. Maybe you got here with a work visa, maybe a passport. You came here to visit, and you said, I'm not going back, and you said, fuck it, I'm just going to hide out here. Whatever the case may be. I think it said illegal immigrants. So I'm just like, yeah, if you're not putting in, you shouldn't get nothing. And there's so much money, there's so much things you could do under the table anyway. So it's kind of like you shouldn't be pressed. Like, oh, I'm so upset because I'm not getting nothing out of it. Honey, you better do what it do. You better marry somebody with money. Honey, because a lot of these immigrants be looking sexy anyway, honey. You better use all your sex appeal to hook up with an American woman to get that green card, baby. Hello? You better work it out. Okay. Okay. It's a lot of just Baba Lu Aye to the reaches of disease. Huh. You know something, honey. Huh. You know something, Jay. No, literally, the spirit was fucking with me. I know that's right, honey. Yes, that's the full tea that Lazarus is the actual Jesus Christ, and that after the resurrection, he made the guardian seal and wrote the Bible to submit people. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So you're saying the frictional Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ was actually Lucifer. And the Bible tells you that. Jesus Christ was actually Lucifer. Before the resurrection, Jesus came back renewed in spirit of something. You have the Old Testament, the New Testament. It tells you that. But Lazarus was definitely not Jesus. No. Like, I wouldn't even know how that story would even, intermingle with that. Like, yeah, I wouldn't even, yeah. I don't even know how that would even work out. Because even going into the Bible, it talks about Jesus resurrecting Lazarus. So, yeah, that wouldn't even make sense. Yeah. And yes, I heard the story of Cain is something like he was cursed to be immortal to suffer for his crime. And that's what the mark of Cain means. There you go. Something along the lines. And I think that people incorporated that as that. But going into even the whole story about, Abel. Abel sacrificed a lamb, and God was happy with that sacrifice. God loved Abel for that. And Cain only killed Abel because he took it upon himself, like we all would do, and say, wait a minute, so I'm offering you crops and stuff, and this is not good enough for you. And that's why I think these stories of the Orishas too, wanting to be sacrificed, right? Because I tell you, I think the stories that people get about the Orishas are honestly biblical characters. And that's just my honest opinion on that. But going into like these Orishas craving blood of animals and stuff, I'm like, damn, like that was God, right? Yahweh. Not all the God, not Elohim, not Adonai, but Yahweh. Yahweh craved the blood. Yahweh wanted you to kill your children. Yahweh support abortions. Like, I'm just speaking what is right. Yahweh is a fan of blood. And so Yahweh was happy with Abel when Abel killed the lamb, the poor innocent lamb. And when Cain said, God, I want to give you crops, God said, ooh. So Cain said, you know what? God is going to appreciate me for me murdering something too. The ultimate sacrifice will be killing my brother. Why not? And Cain did it. And so God was like, baby, being you cursed my chosen one, bitch, I'm going to protect you, but you're not going to feed off of me. So the bottom line to that is, whether there being an immortal, because clearly Cain was not immortal. There's no shade to that. Cain clearly was not immortal. Cain clearly has died. Okay, hello? He clearly had died. Okay, no shade. So I think that whoever came up with the movie, I think that was their storyline behind it. But I saw it as Yahweh is actually the devil. That Yahweh is actually satanic. And that's why we say the devil and Lucifer is two different things. That Yahweh is actually a demon. And this is why Yahweh was okay with Abel killing an innocent animal, but because the lamb represents innocence. Oh, come on in here. The lamb represents purity. And he was not okay with Cain saying, I'm going to give you soil, because at once upon a time, soil and all this stuff. Well, even now, soil is like gold dust, y'all. Without soil, we'll have no food. You won't be able to go to the store and buy your food right now if there was no soil. Because even going into your meat, honey, there'll be no chicken, there'll be no cow if there was no motherfucking grass. Come on in here, Jesus. Hello? If there was no hay, there was no alfalfa, there'll be no pig, there'll be no none of that. So, honey, the soil is gold to us. And the audacity of Yahweh to be so disgusted with Cain and say, motherfucker, you what? You think that you giving me some crops that I'm gonna accept that? Fuck you. So Cain said, okay, baby, I'm gonna take my brother out. And he did. So that's what that story is. The curse of Cain, honey, Cain was protected. So I don't know what the fuck that means. Because that motherfucker was protected, honey. Okay. Julie, there's a few shows that go into the mark of Cain, and Cain is immortal in both of these shows. I know that's right, honey. But the question is Cain immortal right now? Hello? The story is Cain immortal right now? Where Cain at? Hello? Cain, where you at? Is there a Cain out there? Cain, come forward. Cain, where you at? Cain, where you at, baby? Hello? Because technically we all immortal. Hello? Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Technically, we're all immortal. We may not be in the physical body, but our spirit will never die. Hello? Bitch, hello? Can someone come forward? Cain, we need Cain to reach out to us. Cain, send us an email at 280spirit@gmail.com. Okay, hello? The video showed on my YouTube, I was like homeless, 80% drugs related, and the queen make it seem like they homeless because immigrants are getting the help. That's weird too, though, because I posted the video on my YouTube channel, or excuse me, on my Facebook, and it showed me that you viewed it, Julie. So I don't know if you saw it at the same time. I don't know if you, yeah, if you saw it and then you saw it in real life. But yeah, as soon as I posted, you saw that. I mean, at least that's what YouTube said. I don't know. But it's definitely true. It's definitely true. 80% of drugs, whatever. But also on the flip side to that, most of the people that buy drugs are from immigrants, though. And that could be proven. Most of the people that are out here buying drugs from drug dealers and stuff, it's not even American people. The American citizens are the sellers. The suppliers are immigrants because American people don't have access to drugs in Colombia. American people don't got access to drugs in Mexico, in Cuba. They don't got access to drugs over here in Brazil and stuff. Think about it. The illegals are given access to the people here, and that's what's going on. So it's like a loop. It just keeps going on and 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 on. And going into it, like I said, I believe in Santa Muerte. That's one of my matrons. And honey, I could definitely ask her to show me, and not to call out, but she just give some examples of what that means. Of what that mean when I say that it is the illegals that are contributing to that. Going into sex trafficking stuff, I'm willing to say it's the illegals that are contributing to it as well. Americans are smart, but they're scared. So going into human trafficking stuff too, you think it's the American citizens that are doing that? Honey, no, it's some illegal shit going on. And it's some illegals going on with the illegals, and they're associated with that. So I'm like, yes, I do feel like homeless is drug related. I don't know what the percentage is, but I also feel like, these drugs are being supplied by illegal immigrants. So, that's not really, proof, enough proof, or to make me say, oh, that's fucked up. Because at the end of the day, there are homeless people that want to get assistance and they can't. I know a few. I actually took in a homeless lady back in 2010 to 2012. She was my roommate for 2 years. And mama tried to get government assistance to pay her monthly rent, all that. They would not help her out. Mama was never on drugs. Mama relocated here from Oregon. She had no family and friends to help her. She had no way of making money. And mama was stuck. So like I said, she went on drugs. And I know you did say 80%, but I'm like, I feel like there's more to the story. So like I said, I'm stuck on that. I don't, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like, I feel like there should be no homeless people in this country. Even if that means somebody come in and manage their money for them, so be it. But on the flip side, it's kind of like, damn. But even going into non-homeless people, let's say I know people that are not homeless that tried to go get welfare and they couldn't get welfare. Like I know people that literally were declined and they really was needing that help. To where I'm like, honey, you need to go sell that ass. Honey, you need to go suck some dick to make that coin. No shade. So I'm like, there's people that really want the help and they can't get it. And they actually are not homeless. They could be, but they're not. So yeah. Both in the morning star Venus. I know that's right, honey. Yes, Madam Merkaba, come on here, Jaleel. Jesus will like higher aspect of Venus. Lucifer's the lower aspect. You said it. You said it, honey. Ow, come on in here. So when I say Lazarus is Jesus, I mean they depicted Jesus as the Lord and Savior, but his real name was Lazarus, and Jesus was the guy he resurrected. Are you able to send me some sources of that? Because I don't know if you actually read the Bible, Julie. That's where we start first. Have you actually read the Bible, Julie? Because you actually read the Bible, who resurrected Jesus was actually his father. And if you really think about it, this is talk about celestial energy. So when Jesus was resurrected, the only son, because I can point this out for you. I could definitely point this out for you, honey. Going into John 3:16. And we know that John is one, and we know that one is the beginning. One is the new start. One is the renewal. So John 3:16, we know that 3 is manifesting into the third dimension. And then of course 16 is 7. We know that 7 is completion. We know that 7 is also feminine. Something is being brewed, something is coming up. But in John 3:16, they talk about why Jesus was even resurrected, and people overlook that. So these are two different stories in different parts of the Bible. Jesus was not resurrected by Lazarus. And even when they tried to switch around and say, well, Jesus was resurrected, so that means that when Jesus was resurrected, so that means the whole Bible is about Lazarus, and that instead of Lazarus being Jesus being resurrected, Lazarus was resurrected. But we know that Jesus is technically Lucifer, and we know that Lazarus and Lucifer are two different things, because we know that Lazarus is actually a demon, and Lazarus don't go by the name of Lazarus. Neither there's another name that Lazarus go by. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it wouldn't make sense for that story to be true. Like, it would not make sense. Even going into the occult stuff, because like I said, baby, I'm well connected. Even going into the occult stuff. Like, if you said Judas, I'm kind of like, okay, I could believe that. Yeah, Judas. If you said Judas, I'm like, okay, wow, okay, I could see it. Yes. You said Peter. It's like, whoa, okay, I could see Peter too. But Lazarus, no. Lazarus being Jesus, yeah, And it being the other way around, no, I'm not saying that. Uh-uh. Because that will also say that the Bible is wishy-washy. And I do believe that some things in the Bible are rewritten and revised. That's why some of the scriptures repeat itself, like Mark and Matthew. There's a lot of scriptures that go back and forth with the same thing. Or in one scripture, they'll rewrite it another way. I do believe that. But I don't believe that they put real stories in there and then they added in fake stories. Because like I said, then you would have to rethink about everything. Then what would Lazarus' reason be to expose the devil? And then why would he still be connected to the devil? And then what would be the whole point of having the story about Lucifer, Adam, and Jesus? Oh, come on in here. All looking alike. Oh, Michael, Adam, and Lucifer. What would be the whole point of having that story too? Yeah, see. Yeah, I would encourage you to read the Bible there if you have not read it. Cain ain't nowhere in this reality. I know that's right, honey. Listen. So is he immortal or he not immortal? Because I thought immortal means forever. Forever, ever, ever, ever. That's what I thought. Where he at? Where he at? Yes, I saw the video and commented on it here on YouTube before I saw your story. Oh, okay, there you go. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. So that makes sense. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I think people who have not read it, that may seem like, oh yeah, that could be definitely true. But I'm like, if you read the Bible, like Julie, you would be like, wait a minute, yeah, I'm not seeing it. Like I'm not seeing it. Like I said, I could see a whole, like if you said Judas, like I can see that. Like if they said Judas was really Jesus and blah 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 blah, and Lazarus was pretending to be Jesus and blah 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 blah, and that's why they got Caesar Bagoas and blah blah blah. Like I can believe that, but to say that Jesus wrote the Bible to get people to submit, but Jesus was really Lazarus, it's like, but Jesus didn't write the Bible. The Bible is actually stories of prophets who witnessed the testimony from God, not Jesus. Oh, come on in here. Come on in here. Let's talk about that for a minute. So that's how I'm like, yeah, whoever's spewing that shit, yeah, they remind me of these spirituals on here. They're trying to get people caught up in the flesh. Ow. No, no, I know what you're saying, Julie. I definitely know what you're saying with that. But what I'm saying is, if you actually read the Bible, though, because you already said you didn't read the Bible. So if you didn't read the Bible, you are going to say that that story could be true. But if you actually read the Bible, you will see that no, no, not Jesus and Lazarus. No, mm-mm. No, couldn't be. Mm-mm. And like I said, going into the occult stuff, going into the the original Bible and stuff, you can research that online. The original Bible has never been changed out. They never, it's the original. It's in Old English. You won't see certain alphabets in it, but you can definitely get it translated. All these other books are translated. So I'm like, even if you read the original Bible, and we know that the Bible is stories of other cultures. So even going into Lazarus being Jesus and all that, but even in the real spiritual world, who does Lazarus represent? And of course, I told you I know who he represents really, but who would he really represent in the Hindu caste system? Who would Lazarus represent in the Egyptian, religious mythology? Who would Lazarus represent in Astro Zoroastrianism? Who would he represent with the Orishas? Like that's just something to kind of think about. That's just something to think about. Like, who would he represent outside of what these biblical people that probably never read the Bible are saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, honey. Hello. Why take Lilith out of the Bible? Right. Right. You said it. Like Lucy Laza. I don't get that. The one YouTube person said Megan Thee Stallion is Lilith incarnated. Oh wow. I like that. Let me hook up with her. Let me hook up with her then. Hey, yeah, honey. Listen, I'm a hottie. I love me Megan Thee Stallion, honey. I'm a hottie girl. Yes, I'm a hottie. Yes, girl. We love us to Megan Thee Stallion. Girl. We listen to Megan Thee Stallion every day. Cain is immortal in memory. I know that's right. Well, good. Listen, I guess the Cain effect ain't that real. Ow. Come on in here. And Lazarus is venerated saint. It's so crazy. It's an actual demon. Makes me think. Of course. And that's what I'm saying too. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. Like I said, if Judas, the story was something totally different, it would make sense to me. But astrologically, going into Jesus' role being connected with other energies, like the sun and stuff, like girl, like that's the most simplest thing to even think about. Like Jesus was the only son of God, which represents the solar system, and Jesus is the only sun, right? Sun. And so even going into our sun, in our solar system, we only have one sun. So it's like in the Bible, it already says that Lucifer and Jesus are the same being. But Lazarus and Lucifer is not the same being though, because Lazarus is actually a male energy and Lucifer is actually a hermaphrodite. That's why going into the image of us, we have male and female spirits. And even going into the Hindu system, going into the Shakti energy, where they separated the male and female energy. And that's why going into Shiva and Vishnu, these were men, but they're depicted as very feminine looking with long hair, lashes, and stuff. Because at once upon a time, the energy was one and the same. Even going into the real story of Adam, and this is Jewish mysticism, Adam was both male and female. And when Adam recognized that, wait a minute, what am I? Because I'm a man, but I'm a female. I'm a man. And he was confused, and the spirit split that up. And then the revised story said that Adam had a rib taken from him, and Eve was created. When in fact Adam was motherfucking Eve. Adam had a dick and a motherfucking pussy. Adam had a penis and motherfucking breasts. And that's what we're going in connected to the Baphomet. See, people want to sit here and they want to play with the Baphomet energy and say the Baphomet is this and that and this and that and Beauty and Beast is Baphomet. But it's like, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. And this is why y'all stuck in y'allself. This is why y'all stuck in hotels. This is why y'all stuck with financial problems. This is why y'all stuck with health problems. This is why y'all stuck with a lot of shit. And y'all claiming that y'all magically in tune and you're magically awakened, when it's like, if you really knew this knowledge, then you use this knowledge to keep you safe. You can use this knowledge to help you level up. You use this knowledge to keep you in that power that is yours. And that's why I said I will continue to say that LGBT people are very spiritual. It's unfortunate that we don't take that serious. It's unfortunate that we don't really take that in consideration to know how special we are. Too bad we get too, caught up in mainstream. We get so confused, and now it's, well, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. But it's like, what do you bring into it spiritually, though? But non-binary, transgender, doesn't matter what you call yourself. What are you bringing to us spiritually? What type of excitement are you stirring up outside of sex? Because we could be sexual and we could be, maternal. In my opinion, that's a real spiritual person. Your sexuality and your mundaneness or your non-sexuality is balanced. Going into me, and like I said, a lot of other people, I have the ability to turn people on and still be that fucking good figure. Oh, girl, just because I'm in a sex industry don't mean that, oh, girl, yeah, that bitch is worthless. That's not what Esther said. That's not what the book of Esther talk about. Hello? That's not what Mary Magdalene said. That's not what the government saying either, because prostitution is the oldest profession. It survived everything that ever hit this planet. It's like roaches. Hello? So like I said, going into back into Baphomet, back into Adam and Eve, Lazarus and Jesus, yeah, honey. Whoever said that, like I said, I'm willing to even have a healthy debate with them. I'm willing to have a healthy debate with them. Lazarus, Jesus, Lucifer, yeah, separate things. Like I said, if you say that Jesus' name was switched around from Lucifer name, I could believe that because the Bible talks about it. Like, so I could believe that. Going into Lazarus being really Jesus, it's like, so wait a minute, so Jesus was everybody? Like, yeah, that just wouldn't, it would make sense to me. And like I said, it would make sense to anybody who ever read the Bible. It wouldn't make sense at all. If you've never read the Bible, it could make sense to you. Maybe. But I'm like, yeah, honey. I'm a Bible thumping witch, honey. Okay, I'm a Bible thumping witch. When I say Bible thumping witch, I'm a Bible thumping witch, honey. Okay, I know how to do it from down, around, and around. Girl. Okay? Going into, like I said, the book of Psalms, they tell you got to read all these scriptures to get your energy together. No, the fuck you don't. You can read one line from one of those scriptures, girl, and get exactly what you need. Why the fuck I need to sit here and read all of Psalm 7 for spiritual protection when there's only 2 lines in that scripture that talks about protection? Hello? Hello? Why I need to read all these scriptures on marriage and love and all this stuff when Psalms 23 handles that? Psalms 23 talks about that. Why? Going even into being basic, Psalms 1. Why do we need to have all these other scriptures to go over all this stuff when it's already here? Because once again, people want to exaggerate shit. That's what it is. It's spiritual confusion. And like I said, with the Lazarus stuff too, yeah, that's a little like, oh, they trying to start some drama. They trying to be a little, vengeful. Like, yeah. Say, look. Shut up. The only son, the only soul. I know that's right. And that even speaks about the anima sola. Hello? The anima sola. The anima sola. It speaks about that too. We know that Latin fed a lot of these languages, including French, including Spanish, including Italian. We know that. So when they have these words in it, we talk about suffixes and prefixes in school, right? That's why they taught us. 2 words together makes a word. Adjective, all this other good shit. So either way, the same thing with that. Anima sola. People think they're working with demonic spirits, but if you really know the anima sola, you know exactly who the anima sola is. Which also answer your question into Jesus and Lucifer being the same being. And like I said, Lazarus and Lucifer is not the same being. Those are 2 different entities. And no, it's not, did Jesus incarnate as Lazarus and then as Jesus, as no, two different things. And like I said, even going into the Bible, telling you that Jesus is Lucifer. Like the Bible tells you that. Like I said, I can give you the scriptures, honey. It tells you that. Okay, starting with them both being the morning star, the first, the last, and evermore. You got to come to me to go to my Father. Now we talk about the crossroads. Going into when Jesus died, he went to hell first. Oh, come on in here. I'm just saying. Food for thought. Come on, Queen Esther. Al, we said that Queen Esther is Ishtar Inanna. Yes. Yes, honey. Yes. Esther, Ishtar, Inanna. Yes. All the same beings. And just for the record, the gays are favorites of Ishtar, Inanna, Esther. Okay? Just so you know, the gays are the favorite for the girl, for the queen. Hello? Come on in here. Yeah, it's just an Italian hearsay, I guess. Oh, I wouldn't say an Italian hearsay, because I'm sure people have repeated that outside of Italy or outside of Vatican City. I'm pretty sure. I think it's more so people who are not religious trying to, because chaos is where it's at. You know that. Like people have to be like, when there's a good thing coming out, people have to put out confusion. We know this already. We've seen this with everything. When transgenders get their time to be, who they are, you got trans actors and actresses. Now everybody's non-binary. Oh, girl, I got to be more special than Laverne Cox. I got to be more special than Amaya Scott. I got to be more special than India, blah, blah, blah. I got to be more special than T.S. Madison. So, baby, I'm non-binary. Look at me. Yeah, I'm even better, darling. Look at me, darling. I'm better. Like, girl, the same thing with that, same thing with everything. Now people get the Bible right. People start researching the Bible. Now they're like, wait a minute, Jesus and Lucifer the same being. Now people are like, well, guess what, though? Jesus is actually Lazarus. And they just switched the names in the Bible around so you don't get confused. And it's just like, where's the proof of this? What? Can you show me the proof? Because there's a book out there. We're going to say this right now. There's a book right there that's been translated directly as close as it can be from Latin to motherfucking English. And it talks about the demonic kingdom. And it talks about the angelic kingdom. And it even talks about why the Bible was even presented to mankind. Because remember, in the Bible, it talks about God being upset that angels or demonic fallen angels came here and they were tampering with humans. They started having kids with them. The Bible mentions this, right? The Bible says this, that God was not pleased with this. So there was a reason why the Bible is even presented to humans anyway. And like I said, there's a book that talks about it. And you will see exactly in this book why, and not just book, any book, like say even the Bible, why Lazarus and Jesus are connected, but cannot be the same person. And I'll even be willing to say this. That's like saying Eshu, Legba, and Shango is the same person. I'll go as far as saying that. That's saying the same thing. That's saying the same thing. Papa Legba, Shango, Eshu, and I know there's another one right now, and I can't think of his name right now. It's right there, but it's not up. Those are the same beings. That's like saying the same thing. Like, oh yeah, they're all the same. When there's stories about them being buddies, they could be a part of the same frequency. Demonic, sex, demons, and all this good stuff. But definitely two different entities. Like definitely, very, very definitely. Yeah. Yeah, Ostap, but I've always had a thing for Queen Esther, even before that movie, One Night with the King. Yes, honey. Queen Mother Ishtar Inanna. Come on in here. Ow. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Amane. Yes. I heard that from my mom and my uncle. Oh. Oh, wow. That's crazy, though. So, wait, can you vouch if your mom and uncle read the Bible? Do you know if they read the Bible? Because like I said, I'm just telling you from for me. And of course, we could do like open panels too. That'll be interesting to, down the line have people come up who are Christian, who've read the Bible, and see if they can make the correlation between Lazarus and Jesus. And even if the story about Jesus is really Lazarus, what would be the purpose of them switching it up like that? Like, that'll be very interesting. That'll be very interesting to hear people feedback about that who've actually read it. Because, like I said, not reading, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can, yeah. I didn't read it. I just heard it. I could see that. Like, like they said, the Cain movie, The Curse of Cain, meaning that Cain was immortal. And I'm like, but in the Bible, it wasn't about immortality because God was not trying to make it to where Cain had a sin of living forever, right? Because a lot of people back then lived for hundreds of years, 700 years and stuff, allegedly. So it's like his curse was that he will never be able to become prosperous. Like, he'll be living, but he won't be prosperous. His hard work would go to nothing. Kind of reminds me of modern day people. Like, that's what the curse was to Cain. But God still said that he was going to be protected so nobody could murder him. Like he did his brother, nobody could do that to him. So I'm like, I don't even know why they would have a movie called The Cain Effect or The Curse of Cain and make it to where this man lived forever, when I'm like, wait a minute. It was not no immortality. Girl, that's some good Hollywood shit, girl. Because it was not about immortality, honey. At all. It's about you not prospering. Oh, come on in here. It was about you working hard, but not enjoying the fruits of your labor. So that's very interesting. So I'm like, okay. With the Lazarus stuff, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see that too. Yeah, because people probably believe the Cain, that was really the Cain story. Yeah, Cain effect. Oh, he lived forever. Wow. And it's like, yeah, read the Bible, honey. You're going to see that's not the story. Okay. You're going to gag. Okay. For me, Jesus is the open heart chakra. Lucifer is the closed heart chakra. Like two streams of similar energy. There you go. But you know that, your root chakra and your heart chakra is one and the same. And you know that ultimately one represents your root, one represents your heart. And that's why even going into the biblical term, and it's the way you say that, Jaleel, because the Bible also refers to planetary energies and also your chakra system, which still planetary energies because your chakra is connected to planets. So going into Jesus being in the root chakra and also him falling from grace, and we fell from grace too. That's why we start in the root chakra. Our parents, penetrate each other, whatever, and we're in the root chakra, and then we travel into the navel, sacral chakra, and then we come out and whatever. Okay. So with that being said, Jesus rose on the third day. If you were to count the chakras between the root chakra up, 3 chakras, what chakra will we be at? Come on in here. If you counted 3 chakras from the root chakra, what chakra would we be at? How? Not that Jesus' name is Lazarus, but about the story about the temple under the Vatican. Right. No, but you were saying like they switched their names in the Bible for the purpose of Lazarus to submit to people. That's what you were saying. And like I said, the story that's in the Vatican that's locked away, there's actually a book out there that a lot of people have actually talked about. I think Bobby Hemmett talked about this book too, where it actually talks about the real. So that's how I'm like, I don't know like where that comes from, that Lazarus and Jesus the same thing, and they switched the stories around. But like I said, if you actually read the Bible, Julie, and you actually understood the stories about Lazarus and Jesus, then you would say like, damn, yeah, that doesn't make sense. You will definitely understand, like definitely. Ogun. There you go, Ogun. Yes. Yeah, you would actually say like, damn, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, you'd be like, damn, wait a minute, that's not. Yeah, how would that be possible? And then even going into the purpose of switching the stories around, what would be the purpose of that when the Bible blatantly says that Yahweh was a murderer, that Yahweh wanted people to sacrifice their children? So what would be the point of them lying about that? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that doesn't. It wouldn't make sense at all. At all, like at all. It would not make sense at all. And we're not saying that everything spiritual have to make sense. But I'm like, if you're gonna say something that's not factual or that really have sources, it's kind of like you got to make it make sense now. Like, make that make sense for me. Like, how's that possible? And I'm really stuck on that too because I'm like, damn, like that's really crazy. Because that's like saying like homosexuality is really heterosexuality, but they switched it around and called homosexuality because they wanted to confuse people. Like to me, I'm sitting there the same thing. Like, wait, what? How's that possible when homosexual or homo means the same? So how would that be? You know, like that type of shit. So that's where it feels with that too. Like, what would be the purpose of that? Why couldn't they just blatantly, make Lazarus Lazarus? Because they actually have a candle out there of Lazarus. So why would they have to make up this Jesus character, and all this other good stuff to hide this Lazarus story? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't sound right. And like I said, even going into Judah, Lady Gaga got a movie, got a song about that. A lot of people talk about Judah. Remember, he betrayed Jesus. So you're saying that Judas betrayed Lazarus, really? That sounds like, girl, something ain't right. The pudding ain't right. I smell milk, but listen, it's spoiled milk, honey. Okay. It start goes to seven gods, right? Yes, honey. Uh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Yes, my uncle was a Bible witch. Okay. My dad can boucher and how he died too. Oh, he can vouch that he is and how he died. Okay, so your uncle was a Bible witch. So my next question would be: Did your uncle understand the Bible? Because now I'm even willing to get a Bible that's Italian, reach out, or that's in Italian or in Latin, and I'm even willing to have someone. Matter of fact, I know two people over there in Italy right now. I know two people in Italy right now that I'll be willing to ask what I just said right now. I'll be willing to ask, like, have you heard that Lazarus and Lucifer was the same being? Like, I would like to know because I'm not being funny. I'm really like, yeah, that sounds like whoever started that. That sounds a little like confused. Like there's some type of confusion in their mind. Like they didn't understand something, or they were told something. They ran with it another way. That's what that sounds like to me. Because, like I said, we talk about Lazarus. They have movies on Lazarus. Lazarus is a saint. So there will be no point in that. And like I said, I just can't get past that. And we're talking about on spirit and on physical. Like my spiritual mind and my physical mind couldn't even understand where that would even come from outside of telephone or somebody, just making up shit. Like that would be one or the other. Somebody making up the shit or somebody hearing something and confusing what they heard. But that would be the only interpretation of that. Like I'm not seeing it at all. And like I said, going into the occult stuff, I was a part of 3 organizations in America that you can do research on to verify. Okay, that could verify, and I got documentation to prove it. And nowhere in these organizations, and they have the truth upon the truth. Okay, honey, they know the tea about a lot of tea. Okay, that's where you get the what's his name, Deepak Chopra and stuff, and you get all these deep thinkers and the laws of Moses and the secret and stuff. You get that from the occult, honey. And of course, they gave you half of the truth. They don't give you all of it. But once you get that seed, you can do your research and get all of it. That the law of attraction work with other laws, but still, you get all these truth people from the occult. They got their knowledge from the occult. And that's why they're able to do the things they do and get what it is they need to get, whatever they want to get, how they want to get. That's how they're able to get it. So that's how I'm like, yeah, if somebody goes sit here and tell me something and they know this secret and know this knowledge, it's like, then you can apply that knowledge and you could be the biggest, baddest, whoever you are. Honey, you could be that boy or that girl. But to hear that information, and I'm like, I've never heard that. Like I've never heard Lazarus and Jesus switching names out. Like I've never heard that. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know what that is. And like I said, it's an Italian saying. So maybe like I said, maybe I need to hit up my two people because I think one of them, I think he's actually like heavy into religion and shit. Like I think he's really like into Catholicism. Like I think he's like really into that. Like honey, really into that, honey. When I say into that, like into that. And when I say into that, Daddy don't know my tea. Okay, Daddy don't know my tea at all. Okay, my dad came out okay. The mortality and switching names are my interpretation. Okay, I just want to ask a quick question right now. When the statement was first made, maybe I misread it. I don't know. Maybe I misread it. When the statement was made, and you said that you heard about this, I thought you said that somebody told you that, not you interpreted as the names were switched, or I think the names were switched. Like I thought you said that somebody told you that. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I misinterpret. I don't know. Maybe I misread the comment. You know, I'm willing to stand in that. Maybe I assumed that you said that someone told you when you just interpreted it. I don't know. But I'm like, ma'am, if you would have said that you interpreted this from the beginning, we would have left it where it was at. Because I would have said, Julie, go read the Bible and then you let me know you'll let me know. But I think you said for the immortality of Cain, you said that there's a movie on it. It's called The Curse of Cain. And then I think you said for Lazarus switching names with Jesus that you were told that he switched the names by your mom and your uncle to get people to submit. So, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm willing to stand corrected. Okay, I'm willing to stand corrected, honey. Okay, I'm that girl. Okay, so Cain had to survive and not thrive. Dang, I know that's right, honey. Like, why they have a temple at the Vatican with Lazarus if Lazarus was just a saint for a result of a miracle? But he was deeper than that. And that's why I'm telling you to read the Bible. Yeah, that's why I told you to read the Bible. It was deeper than that. It was deeper than that. If you look up the story of Lazarus from the Bible perspective, you're gonna get exactly why they would venerate Lazarus. You're gonna see why. You're gonna see why they would venerate Lazarus. That's exactly why, honey. Snap Jaleel, that's a perfect analogy. Yes, honey. L. They have the Judas Bible and the Lazarus body temple. Okay. Mhm. So you were saying that your mom and your uncle told you, and so the next question would be that your mom and uncle see these catacombs, or where did and maybe we could probably talk about that privately too. But where did you get that information from? Because from what I know, it's not a catacomb. From what I know, it's literally a place, a dwelling, and they've openly discussed it. Openly, they've openly discussed. Like I said, there's a movie on it of them literally right beneath the Vatican City, venerating both Jesus and that spirit. I'm just saying, I want to know. I need this to be clear because it's gonna bug me all night. It made sense to me on the sense of they don't want invoking real deity, so that's why they translate it to Jesus instead of a demon name. But of course, if that's the case, they wouldn't even give you Lazarus' name, period, though. You see what I mean? Like so let me tell you this. So this is a good example. Very good example. I think the archetype of Oshun and what people believe Oshun is, because that's the spirit that a lot of people fight for right now, is Oshun, right? You don't really hear people fighting for Yemaya. You don't really hear people fighting for Yewa, Oya, Oba. There's a lot of other spirits that people could be fighting for, but everybody wants to be Oshun because the epitome of her being loving and protected and also very attractive. Now, no one ever said that Oshun was the most beautiful of the Orishas, but a lot of people assume that because she's over beauty, right? Right? So the same thing would be, I think that people who know who Oshun is, they don't have the real Oshun. And this is why I said going into the Africans coming into America and bringing their Orishas with them. What allowed them to stay locked down for all those years then if they actually venerated the real Oshun? If they actually venerated the real Orishas? Because they were connected to the Orishas or the real Loas. Where were they freedom at? Why were they not building something even secretly underground? Because even going into the wealth was actually established when the masters allegedly died and left the property for them. So with that being said, that's how I feel with Oshun. What will be the purpose of them once again giving out Lazarus' name? If they wanted you to call on Jesus instead of Lazarus, then it would have never gave Lazarus, because of course we know that people are awakening spiritually. And even the people who presented the Bible to us, Julie, they know that every so often we wake up. And right now we're waking up. They know that every so often there's a clock. And when this clock, spins open, that we awaken. They know this. It's a cycle, right? So they wouldn't even have even told us about Lazarus. They would have said Abuma Mafu and Tommy Sotomayor. That's what they would have said. And then we would have been venerating these whole other spirits while the real spirit is over there. So the same thing with Oshun. The same thing with these other deities. The name could definitely be right, but going into the type of who and what she is, and people saying that they're a part of that energy, and it's like, damn. So y'all saying that Oshun is the goddess of beauty, but nothing about you is beautiful, not even your spirit. Beauty is kind, beauty is loving, beauty is compassionate. And I don't see that. Because once again, you're attacking people because they're different than you. You're attacking people because they're gay and you're not. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't make no sense to me. You're not attacking the man who gave you a child and left you. That would be the real fight, but you're not doing that. So you're a shoe now? And they're going into money and shit. Like, you're not into, like I said, you're not representing the energies that this deity that you so-called is possessed by represents. So now I'm like, bitch, what spirit are you really calling on? What spirit are we really seeing here? So like I said, I will believe that, with Nana Winga and Oshun, the names being switched around. I mean, I could believe that. There being a mirror effect there where people are thinking that they're Oshun and Nana Winga. I could see that. But I'm like, with the Lazarus and knowing that energy and what that energy represent, and then going into Jesus and all that energy represent, and then them making the names up because they wanted to give power. They don't want people to venerate the real deity. I'm just like, I don't know if I believe that, because in all honesty, all those names are made up, including Lazarus. If we got down to the bottom of it, Lazarus is not even the demon's real name. If we got to it, Jesus ain't even the real prototype name. If we got to it, Lucifer is not even the real name of that deity. If we got into it, for biblical sake, Lucifer is the real name. For biblical sake, Lazarus is the real name. For biblical sake, Jesus is the real name. So like I said, if they're not going to give us the real information, what will be the point of even talking about it? Because we're going to do our research and find out anyway. Like, we're going to say, wait a minute, Lazarus not even really Lazarus. Lazarus actually, blah, blah, blah. Who's the king of la, 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 who can actually grant you wishes, but fuck you up. Like, wow, well, Jesus ain't even really Jesus. Jesus is actually really this, and this is really that, and that could do this, da, 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 da. And they brought that spirit with this because they want to give that man. So like I said, that's where it's at for me. Like, I don't see it. I don't see it from that perspective. Like, I see it from something else. Like I said, that possibly, someone heard a story and they but you said that was your interpretation, so never mind. Because I'm like, yeah, if somebody believes that, I'm like, yeah, they probably never read the Bible, or somebody told them the story and they think the story is true. But if you actually read the Bible and you actually did your research, like I said, you would gag. You would gag on even you watch the movie called The Lazarus Effect, you would gag on even why zombies and the talk of putting dead on people, muertos, you would gag at even where all these theories came from, going into beings that can see us from other dimensions, on how they say Big Brother see everything. They don't have to put cameras on every street corner to get your ass. They got to have that for physical proof. They got spirits that can see you right now and know everything you're doing. All the lies you're doing, all the deceit. Oh, how did they find out? Somebody must have snitched me out. No, bitch. They got beings that can see your fucking ass. They got people that they're training. If you want to say that, remote viewing. They got people locked up somewhere to be able to see and say, oh my God, wait a minute. They're doing some weird shit right now. I'm sitting right, girl. And they're not coming after little people. They're coming after big people. You're a big threat, they're gonna come after you. You're a little threat, they said, oh, we don't really care for that. They're looking at the Donald Trumps and shit. That's why Donald sought help from those Middle Eastern witches. Hello? Y'all think that Donald had a problem with the Middle Eastern? No, 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 honey. They attacked Donald because a lot of shit was exposed about Donald. Donald was dealing with those witches over there, honey. And they said, bitch, wait a minute. You were what? Oh, girl, they getting him right together. But that's how he went to them. Because he said, bitch, I need y'all to cover. Y'all, I need y'all to make people blind to what exactly is being done. And now y'all think y'all revealing, but y'all really not. Y'all playing hocus pocus. So that's what that reminds me of with the Lazarus name and Lucifer name too. Like it's a hocus pocus, near me puri, type of tea, honey. And that's it. That's it with that. That's it with that, yeah. Let's see what we did. Ishtar is an avatar of one of the seven universal deities. Okay, yes. Bella, Bella, sit your video right here. Yo, Bella want me to go, y'all. Bella want me to end this live, y'all. Like the immortals from the movie, I believe Ishtar was an immortal. Oshunya, my God, is Isis. Set energy. I know that's right, honey. Lucifer doesn't represent sickness or disease. He's pride, ego, vanity, the me of it all. And Jesus is the opposite, giving self for others. I know that's right. Like a Gemini, right? Very Gemini energy, right? Very, very bipolar, two-way type of energy, right? Isn't it ironic too that even the Orishas have female and male characteristics? And the deeper you go in spirit, is the more confused you get about these Orishas. And even going into the guys that identified as guys, there's stories of them being bisexual. And the women who are claimed to be women, there's stories that they're possibly males because they never actually had kids. I mean, those are just something to kind of think about. Okay. Eternals. There you go. Okay. Okay. Bella, let me finish this. Let me finish this, girl. Okay, listen. Let me finish this. Excuse me. For doing too much. See, before I didn't see the connection of Isis and Ishtar because of the former seemed too passive for me, while the later is more aggressive. But Isis is closer to my personality than Ishtar. I know that's right, honey. And yes. Oh, no, I never mentioned no movies. Okay, somebody else said something about a movie. Okay. And yes, I heard the story of Cain is something like he was cursed to be immortal, to suffer for his crime, and that's what the mark of Cain means. Okay. ASFLT, da 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 da. So who said movie? Oh, Jay said movie. Yeah, there's a few shows that I saw. Okay, shows that you saw. Okay, and maybe the spirit said, okay, maybe Julie saw the shows too, and is making the connection with her. Okay, so yes, Jay said shows, and he said your name, Julie. There's a few shows that go into the mark of Cain, and Cain is immortal in both of the movies, right? And then you said you heard, and that's when I said too that we can't really do hearsay because we know that hearsay is a little dangerous. Like, I think a lot of the chaos that's in the world right now is because of hearsay. I think people have told people stories and people are like, I believe it to be true. And it's like, honey, do your research. Just like kind of what we had a conversation yesterday about somebody said that I was agreeing with groomers and shit. Do your research on the law that you came in here and talked about, and then speak about how you think based on what you read means you had evidence, not someone told you that this is what's going on. Like, I read this and it said that they're going to be forcefully being able to, like, girl, then I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. But nowhere in the article did it say anything about them forcing kids and making kids do it. It said that they can have a refuge, and we know what refuge means, to have a safe haven. But nowhere in the article did it say they were going to be snatching the kids from their parents. So it's like, where did you come up with that at? So it's like, that's, I'm like, I'm not a fan of hearsay. Like, I like to do my research. Even going similar to the purge law. Recently, we talked about the purge law, and people can take people out at nighttime, they won't get arrested. And I'm just like, that just sounds a little too phony. And I looked it up, the real story, and it was nothing like that. So that's why I'm like, hearsay is really, really dangerous. And I like to do my research, honey. Somebody say something, I'm asking people, like, wait a minute. Could this be true? Could this not be true? Is this possible? Is this not possible? And so I just brought that up as an example. Hearsay. Yeah, I encourage you to read the book, the story about Cain. It's a very short story, Julie, and I think you would love it. I was going to call you Judy. It was a very short story, and I think you would say, "Damn, like this is some real deep shit." Even if you break down English, right? Break down those words, Cain and Abel. What does Cain and Abel mean to you? Come on in here. What does Cain and Abel mean to you? Because in Cain, I see I can, and in Abel, I see I'm able to do something, right? And when somebody say, I don't know, can you? You only can if you're able to do so. So, I mean, that's just something to think about too. I don't know. Just talking. Just talking, honey. It ain't my business. Ow. It ain't my business, honey. I'm just talking. I wish I had the haughtiness of Ishtar. I know that's right, honey. Not I mentioned the movies, okay. But now I see Isis only appears passive when she needs to. And Sis gets her shit done. I know that's right, honey. Al, you and Jay were the ones talking about TV shows. Oh, honey, no. I talked about a movie with Lazarus Effect. Jay said the TV show about Cain. Yeah, I talked about a movie with Lazarus, not a movie with Cain. Yeah, honey. Yeah, honey. She came to me after learning about the tamer versions of her incarnations like Aphrodite. I love you. I love you. Feel more connected with Mother Isis. I know that's right, honey. I know that's right. Let's do it on a call tomorrow, okay? Or call me. Oh no, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Julie, they could have put this in TV and movies to confuse. Right. Well, especially when you said Cain in all the movies, Cain was immortal. And I'm just like, wow, that's amazing. Like, what would be the purpose of that? You know? Speaking of Jesus, really this, I've recently been feeling Jesus or the Christ and Iyana Ishtar related energetically. What are your thoughts on that mystic? So, to go even deeper than that, there are actually beings, okay? Because, of course, you have the Lemurians and you have the Atlanteans. And of course, the Atlanteans were corrupted by a certain energy we're not going to go into. And this is why the Atlanteans were destroyed and they're no more. Okay? We're not going to get into that because we know that these energies have always infiltrated everything on this planet from the beginning of fucking time. And it's fucking annoying. Okay? Imposter spirits. So I definitely would say that Jesus' energy or that prototype of Jesus and Ishtar is definitely connected energetically because of the beings that they are actually from, the source that they actually fall from. So, yes, very loving, enlightening, teaching about self, empowering of self, being confident with yourself sexually, physically, emotionally, intelligently. Definitely is there. Yes. Hmm. I would definitely say so. We taking time from Bella. I know that's right, honey. She said we gotta go. Come on here, River City. Mystic spilling the tea early this morning. I know that's right, River City. How you doing? I'm sorry I wasn't trying to be controversial. Oh, you're not controversial? Ow. You're not controversial. You just speaking your piece. You just speaking your piece, and I'm trying to get more of your piece. So I said, wait a minute. What? Like, I would have gagged if I ever heard that stuff. I would be like, wait a minute. Lazarus and like, wait, what? And like I said, Lucifer and Lazarus is two different entities. And we know that Jesus is Lucifer. We know that. So it's like, no, honey, like, no. Because then I would be saying that they're all the same being. That would say Lazarus, Jesus, and Lucifer is all the same. And it's just like, but what would be the purpose of that though? Even if it was to, not give out real tea. Like if we walk in spirit and we are from a great being, or we're just gonna say we are gods, whether we're lesser gods or not, we're still gods. You have God, high gods, you got low gods. Whether we're lesser gods or not, we still have the ability to know all things because nothing is new under the sun, and nothing in the universe is secret. Hello, nothing in universe is secret, and nothing is new under the sun. So it's like, why hide that when you know we're gonna find it out? Like if they thought that people, I mean, all knowing, they're all knowing people. Y'all thought y'all were gonna teach people about Lazarus being Jesus or vice versa, and that we wasn't gonna get it. And they knew that the more we grew, that something was gonna shift. Now, I'm not saying we're spiritually smarter than our ancestors. We're definitely getting back to it. But I'm just gonna say we are definitely learning. We're definitely learning our routes. Not everybody, but we're getting there. Majority of it, we're getting there. We're getting there, honey. Okay, come on in here. I can, I able. I know that's right, honey. Hello? I know that's right. Cain is I can, okay? And even if you walk, what, Cain? Like Cain. Like I said, in English, everything is the same. Cain. And if you look up etymology, what able mean, like it's some real deep shit. Jolly Ale, I love that the active persona of Ishtar, though, like the whole story of her destroying a mountain because she thought it was more beautiful than her is gold. I know that's right, honey. If Adam was also Eve, where do Lilith fit in as the potential first wife partner? Just curious. Well, believe it or not, see, this is where things get a little like where their stories merging together to kind of confuse, because we know that like gender and sexual attraction is two different things. So this would be the real question. Did Adam and Lilith have any kids? And then even going into the story of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve had two sons, Cain and Abel. But we also know that in human history that there were beings that were able to impregnate themselves. They were women, okay, because they have to have the vaginal canal to give birth to that baby, but they were able to take testosterone, and now we have that too. We have testosterone in our liver. We have testosterone, which is called free serum testosterone. It's in the liver. It's in the kidneys. Okay, it's in the adrenal glands and stuff. So anyway, it's also in the bone. Okay, osteoporosis. If you look into that, what caused osteoporosis, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So these beings were able to take that testosterone and they were able to impregnate themselves and give birth to beings. But like I said, in these stories of Lilith being Adam's first wife, did they ever have kids together? It wouldn't take away the fact that Lilith was not into Adam. It doesn't take away that Lilith was not a sexual being and that her and Adam was not able to get it on. And even going into Lilith being the first wife of Adam, what happened if the main story was Adam and Eve, or excuse me, Adam and Lilith actually split up and got done with each other because Adam became too into himself. Because even if you look in the Bible, self-love is the worst love, i.e. masturbation. They say if you masturbate, you're going to go to hell, you're going to go blind and shit. They want you to procreate with somebody else. They believe that if you masturbate, you're going to love to masturbate more than you're going to love to have sex with somebody else, which is true, and it's safer. And they're like, no, fuck that. We need you to do it with somebody else. So who's to say that Adam ultimately didn't fall in love with himself? And that's when he discovered that, wait a minute, I'm naked. And I have a pole and a hole. Where did this hole come from? And God said, you know that you're naked? I will separate you now. And then bam. Who's to say that? Who said it really didn't happen? We just talking here. We just talking. So that's how that works out with the Adam and Eve and Lilith being Adam's first wife. Because of course the story was that Adam also got bored And God said, "Hey, well, I'm gonna give you a companion. Even though I made you from nothing, I need a piece of your rib to give you a companion." Think about it. It's like all these stories are mixing together, and it's confusing people. All of them are mixing. It's confusing people, honey. I forgot about that story. I know that's right, honey. Yeah, the Disney movie said about Atlantis. The main character said that the gods got jealous and destroyed Atlantis. One reference movie shows a lot. That's what I'm into. I know that's right. Well, the gods were not the high gods; they were the lower gods. Because those are the same gods that we see nowadays. Like I said, the ones that are jealous of other beings, and now they're like, "Oh no, honey, you ain't getting your shine. I gotta come in. I gotta show you that I'm better." You know, the girl, they make a right for this. Now somebody gotta snuck in and say, "I need my rights too." That's that type of spirit right there. Oh, honey, they giving you your own church, your own store, your own everything. But what about us? What about us? We need our own church shit too. Like this is fucked up. And then y'all think of shit to fuck some shit up. That's that shit right there. So you definitely right. It was some gods. It was some gods, all right. They were able to create. They were shady as fuck too. Going into Tesla and stuff. I think a lot of stuff they're presenting right now is from the Atlanteans. I really do. Going into Tesla, because some that I thought about even 2 days ago, I said all these damn Teslas on the road, and I said, why don't they have a solar powered car? And Spirit told me it's because they already tried it out thousands of years ago and it didn't work out. And see, y'all think that these cars are new, and it's really not. Y'all think cars and electricity is new. This shit is not new, honey. And so when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, why did they make Tesla solar? Like, why can't Tesla have a battery that Tesla is parked in the sun, and for one day of charging, you have battery life for 6 months or whatever? Girl, Spirit shut that down quickly and said they already tried it, honey. Remember? And I got a quick flash of motherfucking Atlantis. I said, girl, I said, honey, I know that's right. Bitch, it ain't gonna work. So they said, bitch, we need this electrical grid for the Teslas, and we're gonna give y'all solar panels for y'all house. Ow, I know that's right, honey. I know that's right, girl. What's his name? What's that guy's name? The weird looking guy. He looked creepy as fuck. What's his name? Elon Musk. You welcome. You welcome, River City. Monkey see, monkey do energy. Those are the follower as deities. I know that's right, honey. Or really, like, you can't be the only. Kind of like you can't be the only. I got to be there too. And I got to show you that I can outdo you. Kind of like I said in history, you can see music and stuff. Like somebody will come out with a song, and then somebody will rewrite the song. They'll say, hey, guess whose version was better? It just so happened these people were like different cultures too. Like they had white people versus black people. Like a black group would come out with a song, and then the white people come out with a song to counteract the song. They're like, oh my God, it was better. Or I think there was a story of a black guy who beat them all to the punch where daddy was like, I'm gonna sound white. Now I don't know how he thought this, and this allegedly, because I don't know this man, but this guy was like, I'm gonna beat them to it, and I'm gonna sound white, and the white people are going to buy my music too. And when these white people saw that this man was not white, allegedly they were not having it. They were like, "Oh hell no, this nigga sing this song? Oh no!" But I'm like, this man sound black. So anyway, kind of like that shit right there. Like, honey, I gotta outdo you. You thought that being different, as far as you were born in the wrong body, was amazing? Well, guess what, bitch? I was born in the right body, but sometimes I don't identify as that body. So guess what, bitch? I'm better than you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Transgenders are nothing at all. Y'all are nothing. Y'all are so like 1956, 19 girl, 2001 girl. The non-binaries girl. We're the new 2022 girl. We're the girl. We're the new Infinity and Beyond girls. Girl, how about that? You want to be called ma'am, and you're really a sir? How about this? I'm gonna be called them all. You better call me them all, bitch. How about that, bitch? Fuck you. Bitch, fuck you, ma'am. Ma'am, sir. How about that? Like, bitch, who the fuck you think you are? Who the fuck you think you are, bitch? Like, who? Who the fuck you think you are? Bitch, you one or the other. Bitch, you not one or the other. Bitch, you a trans like us, girl. And you don't have to go by that. Like I said, I have relatives that did was like, bitch, I'm never gonna call you she because I used to change your diaper and I was a little disturbed by that too. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck does that mean, bitch? You used to change my diaper. So do you still think about me? Like, bitch, what? But they're like, I can never call you she. I'll just call you by your name. And they kept that fucking promise. They always call me fucking Tasmaya, bitch. Tasmaya, Tasmaya. Matter of fact, I think one of my cousins was like they want because he didn't want to say she want. So he had to use a pronoun. He said they. One time he said it. He's like, yeah, they would like, and I was like, they, honey, no, I would like, bitch, who is they? It's only me. Right? And then the non-binary shit come out. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, I'm like, girl, can we just let the trans be, girl? Let the trans be themselves, girl. Okay, just let them be, girl. Now we got non-binary actors and actresses and shit now. And it's like, okay, girl. Okay, Miss Singh. Nobody can have anything for themselves, huh? Nobody can have shit by themselves. Everybody got to get a piece of that fucking pie. Oh, you want to get it? I'm going to get it too. Oh, Beans, you coming out? We all got to come out too. Like, bitch, get out of here. Bitch, what was the stories that in 1970? Girl, you know, and no lie, no tea, no shade. I guess the first binaries were really Michael Jackson and Prince. I guess the first non-binaries were Rick James. No shade. I guess the first non-binaries was even yours truly, Dr. Dre. You know, and Earth, Wind, and Fire, honey. These people had Jerry curls. They had roller sets in, makeup on, leotards. They wearing heels and makeup and glitter and ribbons on their head and shit. Shazay and Shantan. And girl, they let, you know, Auntie Sylvester be all by herself, girl. They were like, baby, we not with that. But they were wearing the same fucking outfits, girl. Full face of makeup, glitter in their hair and ears and shit. And I'm like, girl, I guess those are the first non-binaries, girl. So, you know, I kind of take back that non-binary is a new thing because, girl, you know, they were definitely that. So I want to know their stories. What, you know, how did we get to 2022? You know, outside of this military lady saying she got, excuse me, the military person saying they got the title of non-binary because they didn't want to identify as male or female. And I'm like, okay, girl. Okay, ma'am. So don't you use your vagina. Don't you use your penis. Don't you use a motherfucking thing. Okay? Don't you do a goddamn thing. Do what Prince and them did. Give the illusion, but don't be the illusion. Ow. I mean, Michael was really into that illusion, girl. Michael was giving us that he was like, listen, I'm going all out to get castrated. I'm not having no kids, but I'm gonna give y'all the illusion that I'm this straight hardcore man. And I'm like, Daddy, where's the real kids at then? Daddy, where's the woman to come out to say that you actually penetrated them at? Allegedly. Allegedly. Where's these people at? Because we don't think that Lisa Marie Presley is cisgender. So I don't think you were, you know, dicking down anything that can conceive a child. So I just really want to know, where's the real tea at? You know, going into Prince too. Do Prince have any kids out there? No. Not goddamn. No way he don't. So these non-binaries, girl, like I said, we gotta, we gotta pay homage to the first non-binaries. Prince, Rick James, Michael, Dr. Dre, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, beautiful pictures too, y'all. They're beautiful, girl. We love the outfits. We love the bell bottoms. We love the heels. You know, we love even the pimps, girl. Even the pimps got the non-binary outfit down, girl. They'll get their nails done. They'll wear some suits and heels. Girl, they'll line their face up nice and good. You know, give me that pretty boy look. But don't you call them, you know, pretty boy or sir, nothing, girl. They want you to call them pimp, pimp C, pimp D, pimp L. You better not call them nothing else, though, bitch. They're gonna fuck your ass up. So anyway, let's just, let's pay respects to all the non-binaries, girl. All the non-binaries. Is there any female non-binaries out there? Let me think about it. Do we have any famous female non-binaries out there? Oh, you know, I mean, I don't know if she's really a non-binary like that. Stevie Nicks. I think Janis Joplin. I think she was a non-binary too. Yeah, we're gonna say Janis Joplin, honey. Janis Joplin. Yes, honey. Janis Joplin, honey. She was the female non-binary, honey. Excuse me, she was the them, they, and there from the feminine aspect. Okay. All the other non-binaries, they were all, you know, they were all those macho, macho, tacho, lachos. Girl, they were even pulling all the kids. Girl, they were pulling the men, the women, the boys, the girls, the blacks, the whites, the trans. Girl, they were pulling all the girls. Okay. They're pulling all the girls out. Okay. Anyway. Oh, and that thread, what's your take on Dionic Donna emphasis on surrogatically orders? Do you think we still have a need for those? Wait, who are you talking about? This Diana sisterhood people that people been talking about? Ooh, River City, are you touching in on something, honey? Elon is a Martian. He's something, honey, because the face don't match the body. I think that's the face off, face on type of tea. Like, I really want to know, where did he come from? Like, I really want to know, where did Elon come from? Where did Jeff Bezos come from? Well, we can't really say him because, Amazon been around for some. Well, we didn't really know that Jeff Bezos was a part of Amazon. We didn't know that until like later in the years. So it's like, where did these people come from? Like, who are these people? Who are these people? And then to come out comfortably and talk about how your daddy impregnated his stepdaughter. Like, we didn't need to hear that. We didn't care about that. That's bitch. We don't give a fuck about that. Your weird ass looking daddy, girl. We didn't care. We didn't care about that. He looks pervy. You look pervy. You know, we didn't need to hear these stories about these people, these sick ass people. Like, he seemed like he would say, I'm gonna date a woman with a daughter so I can raise the woman to raise the daughter and then marry the daughter. Yeah, that's what he's giving us any fucking way. So now it's like, bitch, now we really know you're a weirdo because, bitch, we never heard of you or your daddy until recently. Okay. And allegedly, they said that Tesla technology been out for all these damn years, but we really heard about your damn ass because we know who the fuck is the real Tesla. Okay, we know who the real Tesla is, but it's just so ironic that he was nowhere to be found when that Uber driver said that a demon was in his phone, and just so happened Tesla is the demon. Anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. I'm not even gonna get into that. I just really have questions. What's really going on here? And to get up on here and act like these people want him and shit, and his wife, and allegedly he wanted Azealia Banks, allegedly. And I'm just like, Azealia is not ugly, right? But I'm just like, what made him think that he could even pull Azealia? That's the first question. The second question is, all these itty bitty, teeny weeny, yellow polka dot, all these little people that are so easy and thirsty to get some. Like, there has to be some industry stories allegedly about Azealia getting down with the get down. It has to be some alleged stories out there about Azealia Banks with some good or doing something. It just has to be because everybody wanted her. Allegedly RZA, allegedly Russell Crowe, allegedly, Elon Musk, allegedly Dave Chappelle, allegedly girl, like everybody wanted her. And I'm like, these people don't even like the same type of people. So I'm just a little like, what's really going on here? What's really going on here? I'm waiting for Azealia to come out and say she's non-binary. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Azealia Banks to come out and say that she's not binary. When that happens, bitch, stick a motherfucking fork in me, and I'm done. Why those 80s? Michael was an androgynous king. I know that's right, honey. Well, isn't that non-binary? Didn't they say androgynous means non-binary? Wouldn't that be non-binary, honey? And Prince, Shazay Shantan? I'm not gay. I just like to put on women's clothes. I know women like it. Don't that sound like that non-binary stuff? Like, I want to know how many non-binary people, in all honesty, how many non-binary people's parents loved Michael Jackson or loved Prince? Like, I would love to know that. How many non-binary people family love these people? Like, I would really, 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 really. I would really want to know that. That would be so amazing. When I meet a non-binary person, I'm really gonna be like, listen, I'm curious to know, in all honesty, you know, what exactly did your parents like? Did your mama like Prince? Did she like Michael Jackson? I'm just curious. And I'm not shaming you because you are who you are. It's the title for me. Because you being non-binary means nothing. Okay. You being who you are means everything. I don't feel like a man or a woman. Okay. I'm not judging on that. It's the title for me. Like, bitch, the title barely got made up 8 years ago. So what was the girls doing before then? I mean, I think the lady said gender fluid bathroom. I was listening to Studio 54, and the lady said that Studio 54 was the first nightclub to have a bathroom with both male and females could use it. And Mama said gender fluid. She said, I guess the term be gender fluid now. And I'm like, girl, y'all tried it. I said, girl, she tried that shit. Gender fluid. No, bitch. Both men and women use that bathroom, girl. That's what it was. It was called co-ed bathroom or non-gender referring bathroom. That's what the fuck that was. Bitch, ain't no fucking gender fluid. No, gender fluid means, bitch, that they can play male and female effortlessly. That means, bitch, it could be a man who could look like a woman and you will never know that it's a motherfucking man. That's what gender fluid means, honey. Ain't no fucking gender fluid. Anyway, let me get off that, girl. Because people are going to think I hate. I love all my people. I love all my LGBT people, honey. Okay, I love them all. I love them all. And I have a ball. I love them all. Tell me, there's so many celebrities pushing their personal lives on us. Like, please. Right. Like, I don't care. I don't want to, honestly, I really don't. I really don't, unless you're trying to be a client of mine, you're a celebrity, 2xspiritmsa@gmail.com. I really don't care about your personal life. And then they get mad when people talk about the personal life. Like, bitch, nobody would have known about any of this if you wouldn't have showed people. Like, there's a lot of celebrities that are married that we don't even know they're married. We didn't even know that some of these celebrities had black wives for 30 and 40 years. Danny DeVito is one of them. No, not Danny DeVito. I always say that. Is it Danny DeVito? Is it? No, it's not Danny DeVito. Anyway, a lot of actors out there are married to black wives, and we don't even know. We never knew it. We never knew it, right? Because they didn't put their shit out there. But these people right now, it's like, girl, they talk about everything. Here's a video of me with my mother. Here's a video with me and my father. Here's a video with my sister, my daddy, my auntie, my uncle, my brother. And if somebody call and say, damn, her mama looks snap. Now you want to come in and say, oh, you reading my mama down? Well, you showed your mama. They can talk about your mama. You showed her. Why y'all think y'all know me when y'all don't know me? Because, bitch, every time you get on live, you talk about your real fucking life. Like, bitch, sing a song for us. We don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, sing a song for us, girl. Rap. Come out with a new album. But instead, we Google your name. The first thing that pop up is lawsuit. Like, bitch, what? So are you an attorney or are you a singer or rapper? What's going on here? And, bitch, it be the ego for me, too, because these bitches be acting like they really be the shit like that. Like, girl, you're not the shit like that. For real, for real. You're not really the shit, and that's why you didn't put out a video. No shit. You got people that are streaming your music for free. They're not paying for it. Okay? No shame. I'm just saying. So it's like, what's the music at? Fuck the dumb shit. Bitch. And then when people comment on the life, you mad about it. Stop talking about it. We don't know about your mama, your sister. Girl, Adele. That's another person, girl. We didn't know nothing about Adele until when? What? When Adele said she was retiring, people were like, wait, what's going on? And then we learned some stuff about her. But we still don't know everything about Adele. Where's her mom at? Where her daddy at? Where her sister at? Where her brother at? Like, we don't know that shit because mama's like, it's none of your fucking business. But everybody else, girl, you want to, oh, girl. I mean, we can name so many people. Like, girl, where is their family at? We never seen their sister, their brother, their auntie, their uncle, their cousin. Girl, Tyra Banks. We've seen her brother a few times. Going into Kelly Rowland, we saw her brother a few times. But it's like, girl, these people have parents that are alive and stuff, and we don't even know it because they don't talk about it. Because they're like, bitch, I want you to know my music. But everybody else, girl, I'm coming out with a rap song. And then now I gotta, I'm gonna tell y'all about my life. Y'all, I'm so mad because I went to the store or whatever, girl, you're getting on live higher than a kite. I don't know. People talk about you being high. Now you want to sue. Now you want to fight. And it's just like, I'm just a little confused here, ma'am. Like, you're not ready for the entertainment industry, ma'am. You're not ready to put your life out there. And you should have thought about that before you became famous. Iggy Azalea, we know her story a little bit too. Mama's from Australia. But where's her mom at? Where's her dad at? Where's her sister at? Where's her brother at? You know, like we don't got the rundown on that either. Because mama said, bitch, fuck what y'all think y'all know. I'm gonna give y'all my music. That's what the fuck she said. Now I don't know how popular she is now, but I'm just saying, I'm throwing this out. Going into Beyonce, we don't know about Beyonce neither. We don't know about Beyonce. What Beyonce at? What's the story? We see her kids, but we don't know nothing about nothing. We still don't know what happened in that elevator. Hello? We still don't know what happened. Everybody's speculating. We still don't know because mama said, fuck what y'all doing. I need y'all to buy the album. That's what it is. I need y'all to go get the album, bitch. Fuck what's going on in my real life. And see, that shit I'm talking about. Like, that's what we need. We need that workmanship again. We don't need people out here bored and shit and y'all look at this, look at that, and don't you call my daughter a hoe, and don't you ever say that my daddy is a like, girl, if nobody would have ever talked about your daughter, if you want to show us your daughter, you purposely showed us your pregnancy. You purposely, like, Brandy hid her pregnancy from us for a very long time. Hello. And then she actually said that she was married to the man, and she wasn't. See, that we need that workmanship again. Where we focus on your talent and not what the fuck you doing between the sheets. And when you tell us what you're doing, we call it nasty and disturbing. Like, oh, girl, he ugly, or girl, you nasty, or girl, you a hoe. Now you mad. Now you want to sue because they gave their opinion on it. Like, bitch, keep it behind closed doors, and you won't have to worry about it. Don't show us your son. You have another baby. Don't show us your child. You get married again. Don't show us your husband. Keep that shit private. Dolly Parton. We don't even know who the hell Dolly Parton husband is neither. Where he at? See that right there? Where's she at? Where he at? Honey, is it a real man or is it a fictional man? What's going on here? You know what I mean? It's like, girl, we need to get back to that workmanship. We need to get back to that workmanship. Where is the music at? Put all that energy in that music, hon. We don't give a fuck about your baby daddy, mama issues, if your baby daddy was a homosexual or not. Like, girl, who cares? And if we call you a nasty gullible trollop, you a hoe, you should have kept your legs closed. Now you want to sue for defamation. But it's like, ma'am, we just gave our opinion because, the albums wasn't really selling like that. But when you got on news and shit, you were talking about how your baby dad left you pregnant in the middle of Miami. You even wrote an album about it. And then we can't talk about it? Like, bitch, what the fuck's going on here? Like, I need it to make sense for me. You talk about you gonna keep secrets for people. I'll be your secret. And when somebody come out and say that you're a secret lesbian, oh, now you mad. Now you want to fight. Like, okay, but baby, you wrote a song about it. We just speculating. We just spectating. And it ain't gonna stop your bag neither. If the bitch stop your bag, then you could sue. But a bitch should stop your bag, you can't sue. There's no proof. She said what she said. She kept it moving, but she didn't stop your bag. She gave her opinion. Hello. She said, bitch, you. Anyway, let me go, y'all. Miss Banks had that pool. Did she lose it? That's what she said. Prince still gives me closet case. Listen. Diamonds and pearls. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. Allegedly, honey, Maita's had a baby by him, and she lost the baby. And I'm like, that was the only baby that he had and that he wanted to have. And I'm looking at Maita. Girl, it looks very similar to Mayate, honey. I'm sorry. Every time I think of her name, I think of Mayate. Like, girl, your parents and them, they were into some pimping and hoeing shit, honey, huh? Anyway, Maita's, girl, she lost that baby with Prince. And I'm looking kind of like, Miss Maita? Oh, yeah. I mean, honey, there's something peculiar. Did I say peculiar? Something very peculiar about Mitas, and that's all I'm gonna say. Something very peculiar. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And Azalea still has that pool, Jay. That's right. Listen, she did have a pool. Did she lose it? Listen, listen. Azealia is Yemaya. Okay, Yemaya is never gonna have a problem pulling a motherfucking thing. She get a little caught up in her emotions though, but she ain't gonna ever have a problem getting a motherfucking thing from any motherfucker. Okay, so you damn right she had the pool. Did she lose it? Well, there was a video out there, Jay, allegedly of her trapped in the house, and she told somebody to come and pick her up, and she said that he wanted to do some music with his wife. And I'm like, wait, Elon Musk is married? So allegedly, Elon Musk's wife wanted to do some music, and Elon wanted Azalea to do music with his wife. So he invited her over, and Daddy start making a hit on her. And I'm just like, girl, I thought you knew the Hollywood girls be swinging and shit. I thought you knew when they be alleging that these football players and shit be cheating on these wives and shit. Oh, it's something shocking. It's not shocking, bitch. They be having threesomes and shit, girl. Allegedly, girl. Everybody in Hollywood be having threesomes, and whether it's tranny lovers, gay lovers, other women, girl, they be all getting down with the get down allegedly, girl. So it's like, girl, don't be sitting here acting like you had no idea that. Anyway, so that's what it was, girl. And she was gagging. I guess she stepped away and told this man allegedly that she didn't, I need to go, powder myself up. And that's when Mama was in this empty ass room. Now, mind you, allegedly she was going into the bathroom to powder herself up. But Mama's in this video. Mind you, this house was allegedly a vacant house because somebody looked up their address. Because she gave out their address. Somebody looked it up. It was a vacant Airbnb house. And I'm just like, girl, what the fuck is going on here? Like, Mama is in the bathroom allegedly, but Mama looked like she was in an empty house in a bedroom. Like, it was giving me like children under the stairs type of tea. Like, girl, so they rent these houses. They don't take you to their house. They take you to this Airbnb house. They do their little thing with you, and then they let you go so you can't go back to the. I don't know what's going on. But it was just some weird shit, girl. And I just said, girl, like, Mama, you could at least, girl, you could at least got that Elon money, Azealia. Girl, I mean, you get down with the get down, sis. You already said you did. Sis, allegedly, I saw allegedly on that IG 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that Mama said that a girl should have all this in her purse. Mama had a condom. Mama had some money oil. And Mama had some lipstick and also the good shit. So, girl, Mama was basically saying she was a streetwalker, allegedly. So I'm like, girl, we already know you get down with the get down, girl. We're not judging that. But it's like, girl, if Elon Musk is there, girl, you could have got all those gifts from Elon. Like, girl, you could have played the role, ma'am. Like, ma'am, they said back in Africa, the bottoms were getting their thigh tapped on and shit. Like, ma'am, you could have acted like he was really in there, and you could have been like, Elon, I need you to buy me the Chanel bag that's 10,000 that goes up in value. And then he said, okay. You said, baby, I need that money right now. Y'all go shopping on a spree, girl. Okay, you get that money now. I'm not condoning, but I'm just saying, because allegedly all the girls in the industry are industry hoes. Allegedly, that's the behind the scenes, drug money and sex money. Anyway, so I'm like, girl, you could just be like, listen, Elon, you're not attractive to me. You don't got to tell him that, girl. But get those gifts, girl, and call it a day. Now, Mama's somewhere. I don't know what she's doing right now. I don't know where she at. I've not seen anything from her recently. I think it's been about a good year. But anyway. Listen, I got to go. And Azealia still... Okay, yeah, there we go. Ooh, I heard that, Jaleel. Robert De Niro. There you go. Robert De Niro. See? We know aspects of these. I'm telling you right now. Let's see. I spend too much time here, y'all. I was supposed to end this live, y'all, after only an hour. But that's what happens when you conversating with your likeliness. Y'all, I got a lot to do. When I tell y'all I'm gonna finish all this tea, girl, shampoo my carpets, mop my floors, girl, wipe my walls down, girl. We're gonna do a full-fledged what do you call it? Spring, fall, Halloween, Samhain tea, like, girl. Cause girl, like I said, we've been doing this every day. Let me do this. Let me do that. No, honey, we get it all done. We get it all done, honey. Anyway, love and light. That's right, honey. They're right here, girl. Right here in my damn face. Bella laying down, Anubis laying on top of her. Like, girl, what the hell? And I don't know what she doing. What you doing? What you doing, girl? Because you got food in there. What you doing? You got motherfucking food in there. What the fuck you doing, bitch? You got food in there. What you need? You got water in there, too. What you need? You got to go pee? I think she got to go pee. But she's paper trained, honey. You go pee on that dog mat. You too good to pee on that mat? You got to go outside and go pee? You too good to go on that mat? Hey, you don't got to lick her like that, motherfucker. Leave my mama alone, honey. Come here, mama. He messing you. That's the mama. Anyway, y'all, love and light, y'all. Bye for now. Okay, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Okay, it was good chat with y'all for 3 hours. Bye for now, y'all. Love and light. TrueSpiritMissy.blogspot.com. Bye for